right, everybody, we welcome you in live here on a Friday night, live here. Trotwood, the Rams, welcoming into Springfield Wildcats. It is our Week 3 high school football game of the week. Coming at you live on 101.5 Hank FM and 1410 ESPN Radio. Can't believe we're already a few weeks into the season, but here we are, Week 3, and already a big-time showdown. Two teams who are coming off of very interesting weeks. Something's got to give tonight, and I'm pretty excited about it. Two 9-3-7 legends coaching on both sidelines tonight. Mo Douglas leading the Springfield Wildcats, and Jeff Graham, of course, leading the Trotwood Rams. The Trotwood Rams coming off of a very impressive blowout win over Fairmont last week, in a matchup that, of course, I think everyone was kind of shocked that Trotwood came out on top, but it wasn't just that they came out on top. It's the fact that they dominated Fairmont, a program over the last couple of years that has been very, very consistent. And when they do lose, they don't get blown out. That shows you how talented this Trotwood Rams team is. As far as the Springfield Wildcats are concerned, this is a team that has not really lost many games over the last 4 or 5 years, especially during the Mo Douglas era. But they are coming off of a pretty bad blowout loss last week against one of the top high schools out of Maryland. And they're looking to get back in the W category. So we got a good one here tonight. Trotwood Rams will receive the kick, and we'll get a chance to see if the Rams could pick up where they left off last week with their blowout win against Fairmont. I'm Justin Kenner. Keith Byers will jump on here in just a few moments. And the kick is up. And now we'll have a chance to see the Trotwood Rams here on the return. He's going to get to the 30. He breaks through. He has room to run. He's going to get to the 45, and he's spun down and taken down at the 49. And that is where we'll see Carpenter and the offense take over for their first drive. Timothy Carpenter, junior quarterback, will lead the Rams offense here tonight. 6'4", 200-pound junior. Excited to see what he's going to be able to do tonight. He had a monster game last week against Fairmont. In fact, he made our top 5-star performance list. Rushed for 100 yards, threw for 200-plus yards, rushed for a touchdown, as well as threw 3 touchdowns through the air as well. So here we go now, 1st and 10, ball at the 49, and Carpenter drops back and hands this one off quickly, and about a good 5-yard pickup on the carry. That was number 9, Michael Smith, the running back for the Rams. So that's going to be a first down right off the bat. 1st and 10 again. They move the chains. I'm sorry, 2nd down now coming up. They need 3 for the first, so it was a 7-yard pickup nonetheless. Carpenter lines up under center the last play. Of course, they handed it off to Michael Smith for a 7-yard pickup. Carpenter under center. And right now that play was blown up right off the bat. The big defensive line for Springfield. I mean, I don't even think the snap reached the hands of Carpenter before there was already 2 defenders already making contact with him. And that's going to be a 2-yard loss, and now that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 now. If you're just joining us, a 3rd and 9 now coming up. If you're just joining us, it was a big loss right there. My apologies for the Rams. So here we go, 3rd and 9, ball at the 48, 10:45 to go. Scoreless here already. Opening drive for the Trotwood Rams. Carpenter gets the snap, drops back, opts to tuck it and run. Tries to juke a few defenders, can't get there. And again, a wall of yellow helmets just swarm the ball and bring them down. So not a big gain there. A couple yard gain, and now that's going to bring up 4th down. So a good start defensively for the Springfield Wildcats, and now we'll have a chance to see their offense. They're led by a very good quarterback as well, which we'll highlight coming up here in just a second. We know how deep both rosters are, especially the Springfield Wildcats, and that punt will be fielded right about the 26-yard line, and that's where we'll get to see the offense for the Springfield Wildcats come out for the first time. Justin Kenner, Keith Byers. It's our ESPN Dayton Week 3 Game of the Week on 101.5 Hank FM, 1410 ESPN Radio. We'll see the Springfield Wildcats offense for the first time when we come back.
Don't put it off any longer. You know it's time. Time for a bathroom upgrade by Bath Creations. Bath Creations is a leader in bathroom renovations, providing the very best value in bath and shower remodeling and proudly made in the USA. With Bath Creations, you get a beautiful modern bathroom that's safe, comfortable, and affordable. Attention first responders, veterans, and active military. Save $500 off your purchase right now. Visit Poe Avenue in Dayton or online at mybathcreations.com. And upgrade today.
All right, we welcome you live back here again. The Trotwood Rams received the kick, forced a punt, and now we get a chance to see Springfield Wildcats offense for the first time here this evening. Springfield Wildcats being led by quarterback Brent Upshaw. Brent Upshaw in the season, 27 pass attempts, completing 22 of those for 408 yards, 5 touchdowns. He did not have a great performance last week in that matchup against one of the top teams out of Maryland. He did throw 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. So we'll see if we can get back in that rhythm when when Springfield took care of business in week 1 against St. Ignatius. Here we go now. Brent Upshaw waits the snap. Upshaw drops back, fakes it, tucks it, runs right up the middle where he finds a gap, and it's enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, their first down of the evening. The 3rd and 4. Upshaw scrambles and is able to move the chains. Ball's going to get they move the ball up to the 36-yard line now. Ball at the 36, fresh set of downs now they're working with. 8:41 to go here in the opening quarter. 1st and 10, ball at 37. As far as receiving weapons are concerned for Brent Upshaw, Duncan Bradley, his number one target, I should say, 15 receptions on the season for 225 yards. That was Javen Norman, who was brought down there, tripped up, and goes down.
Bring up 2nd and 15.
So not a pretty start or opening drive here for the Wildcats, and that's going to be 2nd and 16 now. 8:01 to go here in the opening quarter. Upshaw, empty backfield, awaits the snap. 2nd and 16. Ten seconds on the play clock. They have the ball at their 31. Upshaw taking his time again. There's now 5 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2. Upshaw, empty backfield, gets the snap, drops back, keeps his eyes downfield, has a wide open receiver, and this time he overthrows the receiver, and that's his 3rd interception of the season. And that's number 0, and Michael Smith, the defensive back, still on his feet, who's going to run it all the way back for a pick 6. There's a pick 6. That's the first score of the evening, but Laundry has flooded the field after that celebration right there nonetheless. What a start for the Trotwood Rams here this evening. And what a start, I should say, for number 0 for the Rams and Michael Smith. He picked up a first down on a handoff earlier on their opening drive, and then, of course, he turns right back around and picks off Brent Upshaw. Upshaw, again, that's his 3rd interception of the season. And now the special teams unit comes out, and they're an extra point away from making it 7-0. That opening touchdown for the Rams, right there, presented by OGW Energy Resources. And now they are an Orion Sports Medicine extra point away from a 7-0 advantage. Victor Adamudu lining up for the kick, a 6-foot senior.
Following the play, get ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 0 on the offense. That 15-yard penalty being enforced on the kickoff.
All right, so again, we saw the laundry that was thrown, the flag that was thrown after he he spiked it. Is that what you're saying?
Point after attempt. Touchdown stands.
So as the announcer you just heard in the background, the touchdown does stand. The penalty will be applied to the kickoff. And now, again, we're waiting the Orion Sports Medicine extra point. If you're just joining us, it's our Week 3 game of the week. The Trotwood Rams welcoming in the Springfield Wildcats. A 6-0 lead for the Rams. Make that a 7-0 lead. The extra point is good. A 7-0 lead for the Trotwood Rams, a result of a pick six by Springfield quarterback Brent Upshaw. More of our ESPN Dayton Week 3 game of the week. 7-0 lead for the Rams. We'll be right back.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
All right, everybody, we welcome you back. Michael Smith intercepts Brent Upshaw. Returns it for a pick six. OGW Energy Resources touchdown, followed by an Orion Sports Medicine extra point. A 7-0 lead here for the Trotwood Rams, and now they'll kick off for the second time here this evening. Or they'll kick off technically for the first time, but they had to punt. So they were forced to punt on their opening drive, and now they have to kick off following that touchdown. 7-0 lead, 7:26 to go. We'll see the Wildcat offense come back onto the field after this kickoff return. Special teams lines up, and they'll be kicking off from the 25, and this one kicked right down the middle. It'll bounce and be picked up right about the 30. That's number 7 for the Springfield Wildcats, and Javen Norman. Javen Norman bursts from the 35 to about the 50, a 15-yard return, and that's where we'll see the offense for Springfield make their way back out there. So we saw the offense for the Wildcats struggle last week, and already off to a slow start here this evening. And my apologies, it was not Brent Upshaw. It has been Caden Hines, the sophomore backup quarterback. Brent Upshaw out, and now Caden Hines. He hands this one off, cutting back up the field on the 1st and 10 carry, number 24, DeAndre Long, sophomore halfback. Sophomore quarterback handing off to a sophomore running back. We're not used to seeing this much youth on the Wildcats side of the ball right now, but they're kind of going through what we watched Trotwood go through the last couple of years, where they lost a ton of talent off of a really talented team years ago, and they had to kind of build the talent back up, and now we're seeing the results of that.
Offense number 84, 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay first down.
So the replay first down, 10-yard penalty. It was holding on number 84 and Zaire Fletcher. Zaire Fletcher, 6'5", 221 pounds. So 1st and 20 now. And as we talked about, Caden Hines leading the offense for the Wildcats. Seven 0. Rams lead it. Springfield trying to respond with the drive of their own. Hines drops back, pressure, trying to avoid the tackle, keeps his eyes down the field. You can't take the sack there, and that's a huge loss. It was 1st and 20 from the 39, drops all the way back and gets taken down at about the 23-yard line. That is a huge loss, and another mistake by the quarterback position, and that continues to obviously hamper this Springfield Wildcat attack. And now a 2nd and 20 turns into a 1st and 20 turns into a 2nd and 36, 2nd and long now. And obviously you have to try to pick up these plays in big chunks, but with the struggles from the young quarterback, it'll be interesting to see how they go about with the play call. And they go to the handoff. And that's going to be number 24, as we talked about, DeAndre Long. DeAndre Long still on his feet, making his way up the far right sideline past the 50, going to get to the 40, pushed out of bounds. And from their 30, from the Springfield 36, making it all the way to about the 40. That was a huge pickup and bailed Springfield out there, and now they have a chance to take a breath of fresh air there. And now they're in Trotwood territory. That might be the play they needed right there to establish a little bit of rhythm.
After a gain of 37.
And it's 1st and 10, ball at the 40. 6:05 to go. The Rams lead it, and Springfield trying to counter. That was a very nice carry by DeAndre Long. This time they go back to DeAndre Long, switches balls from one hand to the other, still on his feet. Might be enough for the first down, Keith.
Absolutely. I think it depends on it. You always hear me talk about left foot, right foot. And if it's the right foot going in this direction, it's a first down. If it's the left foot, it's a second down. So it's going to be a second down. He marked through his left foot. 24 has got some jukes. DeAndre Long.
Yeah, again, a yard short.
Yeah, I like 9 yards. He got hit in the backfield, still got 9 yards out of it.
Drops back, quick release, connects. That's Duncan Bradley. Duncan Bradley having to hold on to that. About a 5-yard gain, but most importantly, enough for the first down, taking down about the 26-yard line.
You know, when you can keep the drive alive, it was, 2nd and 36, and he gets a first down, 37-yard run. You feel you have to get points out of his drive to try to tie the ball game up. And I know Springfield has a young quarterback and, young offense, period. But, they're hanging in there. They got a good drive going. They're inside the 30, and they're still marching.
And they go right back to what's worked, Keith. And that's number 7, I believe.
That's Jaden Norman. Yep, he's going to be clear. First down running. Chains move.
I'm not going to lie, for a split second, I felt like, oh, man, I thought we were in for a good one tonight. Springfield has looked very sloppy to start, but after that big pickup, as we talked about by DeAndre Long, all of a sudden there's a lot of momentum back
something
in their side.
positive to happen to, get things to click. And first drive didn't end the way they wanted to. It ended in a pick 6, and, they're marching right now.
Hines drops back. No,
Back
I'm
to
sorry,
Norman.
that's number 7. Back to Norman. You're right, who makes it all the way in for a OGW Energy Resources touchdown.
Wow.
What a
That's
response.
an answer.
Yep. And it wasn't an immediate answer, Keith, because it looked like it was actually going to lead to more questions than answers on that 2nd and 36. And then that gigantic run by DeAndre Long just kind of brought some energy back, and all of a sudden they're playing with some confidence again, and they're an extra point away from tying this up.
Yeah, I mean, Trotwood defense just relaxed. Yeah. It was offsides on first 10. I'm holding on that opening first play of the series. Second play was a big loss. From 1st and 20 to big loss to 2nd and 36. And then Springfield got their act together. First down, 37-yard run, 9-yard run, first down yard run, and now a touchdown. And we also have a tie ball game. Just like that.
What a wild turnaround here. The extra point is good. The Orion Sports Medicine extra point ties it up. The Trotwood Rams 7, the Springfield Wildcats 7. 4:41 to go here in the first quarter. How will the Rams respond after the defense gives up a score? We'll find out. We're all tied up here. Week 3, game of the week, 101.5 Hank FM, 1410 ESPN Radio.
Hot rods, muscle cars, classics. You gotta see Cars and Parts Giant Swap Meet and Car Show this Friday and Saturday at the Clark County Fairgrounds in Springfield. You gotta be there. Fun for the whole family. Bargains on everything automotive. Buy, sell a collector car, see show cars, find parts for your winter restoration project. Cars and Parts Giant Swap Meet and Car Show this Friday and Saturday at the Clark County Fairgrounds in Springfield. Call 937-376-0111 for more info or visit ohioswapmeet.com.
Did you know that if your tires are under or overinflated, your gas mileage and tire life can be grossly affected? That can cost you money. Don't waste your money. Make sure your air pressure is correct. Contact us at Carroll Works Tire or visit us online today. Did you know that Carroll Works services fleet vehicles? We specialize in mixed fleets. If you have a fleet of vehicles or equipment, we tailor service programs to meet your specific needs and keep your business moving. Give us a call or visit us online today.
Johnson Kinner, College Football Hall of Famer Keith Byers, back with you here on 101.5 Hank FM and 1410 ESPN Radio. Week 3 game of the week, the Trotwood Rams received the kickoff, and that's number 7 for the Trotwood Rams on the return, still on his feet. Number 7, of course, and Jamal Clark, who's taken down just a hair short of the 40, Keith, probably about the 38.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice kickoff return. He broke about 3 tackles, and we see some laundry on the field.
On the 37-yard line.
When the Springfield player's helmet came off, I don't know if that has anything to do with the penalty.
We've seen a few penalties here in the early going, including after the opening touchdown. The pick six by Michael Smith. You said I didn't see it. He said he spiked the ball, so that's
he
that
spiked the ball and he crossed it, go right in front of the referee.
Kicking team number 23. 15-yard penalty be added to the end of the return. First down.
No, that would not have Coach Douglas happy. That's 2 15-yard. No, actually, it's one free. That was first one was on Rams. Trotwood with spiking the ball in the end zone, and now Springfield has their own 15-yard penalty on sportsmanlike conduct.
So you're saying they cancel out then?
They cancel out.
Not in the minds of coaches, though. That's
no. Never happy giving the team first down and a half, at 15 yards.
Keith, you're obviously close with both coaches out on the field, Jeff Graham, and, you're a Dayton legend here from your high school days. So is Jeff Graham and Mo Douglas. When you sit up here calling these games and you see two legends like that from back in your playing days out here coaching, I mean, what's that like watching them out there leading both these teams?
I mean, I got to cheer for both teams. I love both those guys. Me and Maurice Douglas grew up in the same neighborhood. So, we've journeyed through this thing together. I've been knowing Jeff Graham since he was a kid. And, he's a former Buckeye. So, I have allegiances personally on both sidelines. And I, want to see both coaches do well. So far, 7-7, I want to come down to the last possession of the game. And, the best team wins.
The defense stepped up right there again.
Yes, I mean, Springfield's defense, they haven't given up a touchdown. The only score was a pick six that the offense gave up. But they are aggressive. They're going after Trotwood's offense, because Trotwood's offense only had a 3 and out. Right now you got the battle of the number 5s. The number 5 for Trotwood is Quentin Johnson, and the number 5 for Springfield is the Ohio State commit, Aaron Scott. So, I'm going to keep a close eye on that battle.
You talked about the Buckeyes. They kick off their season tomorrow afternoon at Indiana. 3:30 kick. 2 p.m. coverage begins right here on 1410 ESPN Radio. Dayton's radio, home of the Buckeyes, by the way. All right, Carpenter lines up. It's 2nd and 12. And there's a flag on the play before the snap even is taken.
Offense, 5-yard penalty.
Delay game against the Rams.
So a 5-yard penalty, Keith. A 2nd and 12 now turns into a 2nd and 17. 2nd and long coming up with 3:42 to go. Tie ball game.
The delay games, I blame that on the coaches. Get the play into them quickly. And, when the coaches do their job and get it to them quickly, then if you have a delay game, then you can blame the players. But that time, that was on the coaches got to wear the hat. And, nobody's perfect.
Carpenter, 2nd and 17. Blitz. Yep. He drops back, keeps his eyes down the field, runs up through the middle of the pocket. Going to be at the 50 and taken down. Yep. 49, he gets taken down on the Springfield side.
Gain of 5 yards.
Wasn't a big pickup, but he did drop back pretty far. I thought it was a bigger pickup, but he had dropped back is what he did.
Yeah, but it's 3rd and long. 3rd and 12, but if he'd have got sacked, it would have been like 3rd and 18. So he did get some positive yards out of it.
3rd and 12
I'm interested to see how often they're going to pick on, Aaron Scott, with 5-star recruit, for the Springfield Wildcats.
Yeah, Quentin Johnson, the wide receiver.
I mean, they got him singles, one-on-one coverage. Wonder how often they're going to pick on.
Carpenter drops back 3rd and 12. Kicks it out to the outside. The receiver catches it, gets to the 40.
He's got enough for the first down.
Yep. That was number 12 on the receiving end, Keith.
Pass is complete to Smith.
That's
There's a little bubble screen.
Yep.
And it's good enough for a first. 3rd and 12. You're not thinking you're going to get 12 yards out of that. But it was blocked perfectly. Everybody got their blocks.
Senior running back, by the way, Keenan Smith, 5'9", 178-pound running back. All right, fresh set of downs coming up. Now we're all tied up at 7. If you're just joining us, Springfield, Trotwood. The Rams on the road. The Rams at home welcoming in the Springfield Wildcats. And we're all tied up at 2:37 to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 now. Ball at the 35. Carpenter waits the snap. Gets the snap.
A little bit of high snap.
Yep. Fakes the handoff, opts to keep it himself, switches hands, and he's going to be taken down about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I said, before, he is slippery. The first guy is not going to hardly get him on the ground first.
Covered on the carry, gain of 1.
Timothy Carpenter, the quarterback. He was our
2nd and 9.
top of our top 5, or number 2 on our top 5 performances from week 2 of the high school football season. 100 yards on the ground, 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in the air. He could do a little bit of it all. You talked about the craftiness, just the shiftiness, if you will, with the plays he can make with his legs. 2nd and 8 now. More laundry on the field.
Yeah, and it looks like Carpenter just made a play with his voice.
Yep.
You know, the inflection of his voice, it was on 2 or 3, and he had to spring in with the hard snap. And sometimes you end up tricking your own guys, but that time he got the defense off, so that'll slow the defense down by changing up that cadence. It's not already ready, said hut. Ready, said hut. You go ready, said hut. Put it on 3, and that mixes up the defense.
All right, Carpenter, empty backfield, 2nd and 8, ball to 33, drops back.
Got a fade. Oh, boy.
Going right at Quentin Johnson. And
That
Quentin
is an excellent play by Ty Myers for Springfield. The senior safety came over and made a play. Because if he doesn't bat that ball down, they got a touchdown. But it's amazing. As soon as Aaron Scott went on the wide side of the field, Quentin Johnson was one-on-one with the other corner. That's when they decided to throw the fade. They didn't throw it at Aaron Scott.
I drafted Quentin Johnson on my fantasy team last night. I don't think it's that Quentin
Johnson. Not that
Quentin
Johnson.
Yeah. It's 3rd and 8 now. Carpenter drops back, releases wide open guy at the middle, and that's number 2 in Armani Rogers. And Armani Rogers be taken down about the 17-yard line.
That was a great play. I mean, 3rd down, you don't have to, always throw it over 10 yards. Just take what the defense gives you. They dropped into soft coverage, see where you're set out. It was like pitching and catching.
That brings up a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 now. 1:34 to go here in the opening quarter. Tied up at 7, but Trotwood trying to get the lead right back. We've seen the offense for the Wildcats score already. The Rams offense has yet to score, but it was a pick 6 by Michael Smith that put the Rams on the board early.
Well, Trotwood's got a drive going here. Coach Douglas, once he didn't like something, so he called timeout.
All right, we have a Glazer soft water timeout out on the field, a timeout by the Springfield Wildcats. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trotwood Rams on the other side. We're all tied up at 7 apiece with 1:22 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Just think, I'm old enough to remember when.
Wake up, people. You're optimizing every waking hour of your life. From carpooling kids to work to friends and everything in between. You have to get sleep and a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements, learning how you sleep so you learn to sleep better night after night. Sleep next level, only from Sleep Number.
Don't miss our Labor Day special. Save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free delivery when you add a base. Ends Labor Day.
Staples has big savings on everything you need for back to school or stocking up the office. Save on all your school essentials from notebooks to markers. Save on everything you need for travel, like luggage, portable tech, and travel-size personal items. Plus, save on signs, banners, and posters from Staples print and marketing services. And now at Staples, you can save even more with $10 off document printing when you spend $40 or more. Get everything for the office and the classroom for less at Staples. Ends 9/30. Exclusions and restrictions apply. See associate or visit staples.com/print for details.
Justin Kinner, Keith Byers back with you here. 1st and 10, ball in the 16. Carpenter for the Trotwood Rams. Marching the ball deep into Springfield territory. They have the ball in the Wildcat 16. Looking to take the lead right back with 1:22 to go here in the first quarter. Carpenter under center.
Oh, there's a blitz.
Michael Smith received the handoff, but I believe he lost a couple yards on that. That defense blew that up. We've seen them do that a few times here throughout this matchup.
Yeah, Tim Carpenter did a good job earlier in his drive by mixing up his cadence. He has to keep that up because they are firing off the ball. You have to slow that defense down.
2nd and 14, a 4-yard loss off that 1st and 10. Ball moved all the way back to the 20, and now Carpenter in the offense. Back to the line of scrimmage now. Carpenter under center again, turns. This time goes right back to Michael Smith. Michael Smith tries to turn the corner, picks up a few more yards, maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Michael Smith is playing both sides of the ball, huh?
Yep.
I love it. I love when high school kids play both sides.
He would love to pick up his 2nd touchdown of the night, one on offense and one on defense. That would be something.
I was fortunate enough to score on both sides of the ball in the same game. I had a pick 6 and a couple other rushing touchdowns, 3 touchdowns that day. I believe somebody told me when Ted Ginn was in high school, he scored a touchdown in every way you could get one. He had a pick six. He caught a touchdown, ran a touchdown, threw a touchdown, returned a punt, and a kickoff.
What's that
He
called?
didn't have a scoop and score, though. I don't think he picked up a fumble and ran it in. But that was some kind of night. But Ted Ginn was at Glenville High School.
Glenville, my high school, Van Wert, Ohio. That's who knocked out my Van Wert Cougars last year.
Oh, the Tar Blooders.
Yep,
Glenville.
in the regionals. 2nd and 24. Man, we have seen 2nd and 3rd and long quite a handful of times between both teams combined. 2nd
And they're
and 24.
blitzing it.
Carpenter.
Are they going to get the first down?
He connects on the throw.
He's not on the ground yet.
Can't see who was on the receiving end. That was an 8-yard
Armani
attempt.
Rogers.
Yep. So now that'll bring up 3rd and 16, a little bit more manageable. But at this point, the only gap that you have is between about 6 yards between the first down and the end zone. So right now you go for the corner of the end zone here.
Yeah, well, they got time to think about it because the quarter just came to an end.
All right, good stuff. All right, folks, if you're just joining us here on 101.5 Hank FM and 1410 ESPN Radio, it's our Week 3 game of the week. The Trotwood Rams, the Springfield Wildcats, after one quarter of play, tied up at 7, but it'll be 3rd and 16 from the Springfield 22 for the Trotwood Ram offense. How will Carpenter and the Ram offense respond? We'll find out when we come back.
Blake Maislin, Mr. 444-4444. When accidents happen, who do we call?
You call 444-4444 and you let us get started immediately.
Blake Maislin is the call to make.
That's exactly right.
444-4444, wantmore.com.
Hey, Cordell Transportation is now hiring experienced Class A CDL drivers, excellent pay, benefits, and a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Apply right now. Online at CordellTransportation.com. Do it right now. Driven to succeed.
Hey, I'm College Football Hall of Famer Keith Byers, and I'm here with John Glazier from Glazier Soft Water. Did you know we are Dayton's home of the Ohio State Buckeyes?
Yes, I did. But did you know that Glazier Soft Water is the home of the 7-year worry-free parts and labor warranty? We've been making water great since 1988. What were you doing in 1988?
That was my 3rd year in the NFL with the Philadelphia Eagles. I had 10 touchdowns that season, and we made the playoffs in 1988.
So you can say that we both have been doing great since 1988. Glazier Soft Water. Glazier Water is better water.
All right, we welcome you back. 3rd and 16, ball at the Springfield 22, the Trotwood Ram offense. Looking to punch it in the end zone for the first time tonight, although they do have 7 points up on the board after a Michael Smith pick 6 off of Kynes, the quarterback for the Wildcats. But a big 3rd down coming up here, Keith. 3rd and 16, ball at the 22. Carpenter, along with Smith in the backfield, lines up, waits the snap, gets the snap,
They're
drops
blitzing
back.
every down. He's got one-on-one coverage.
Corner of the end zone. They lob it up. It's bounced around, and it drops. No flag is thrown. Armani Rogers, the intended target.
I guess they're not going to challenge Aaron Scott so far. Not in this first half. It doesn't seem like it.
It was Quentin Johnson. My apologies. But, yes, I mean, that's why I figured there wasn't a large gap between the first down and the end zone, so figure you go for the corner there. What do you do here, Keith? You go for it?
Oh, 3rd down.
Oh, they had 3rd.
It's 3rd and 16.
They haven't. That hasn't been updated
It has
a
not.
few times. I've been incorrect on quite a few of these, but nonetheless, either way, that's a huge opportunity. Then an empty backfield set now.
He's looking for that fade, going right back to him.
Right back to where they went originally.
He
Does
brought
it
it
come down
home
with
this
a
time.
key? Touchdown, Trotwood Rams. Number 2, Armani Rogers comes down with it, and that is the first touchdown pass of the night for Timothy Carpenter.
Yes, so he went at Sincere Keys. You know, Sincere Keys won the last, the first 2, and 3rd time was a charm. He went at him 3 times. He won 2 and lost the 3rd. And so that's the life of a cornerback. You got to have a short memory. You're out there on the island, and, you give your playmakers a chance to make plays.
OGW Energy Resources touchdown makes it 13-7, and the Orion Sports Medicine extra point gives the Trotwood Rams a 14-7 lead here with 11:51 to go in the half. Interesting note, Keith, as Carpenter's walking off the field, I expected to see him fist bumping, and sure, he either made the wrong pass or something. I don't know how you can make it, but Jeff Graham was kind of lighting into him a little bit as he was making his way off. So I don't know if they ran the wrong play or what, but how could it be the wrong play but results in
when
7?
Your receiver bails you out.
Yep.
He probably saw something else that he would have preferred. It would have been a lot easier completion, but nonetheless, Plan came together and it won. He won the matchup.
I feel like, with this Rams team not being heavily leaning in the win column the last couple of years, we're calling a lot of the same names that we've called the last couple of years. That shows you just what Jeff Graham was dealing with the youth movement. This team's pretty exciting to watch, Keith. They have a little bit of it all, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I love Carpenter, Armani Rogers. They have some weapons. Michael Smith, the running back, and they're all juniors, Keith. This is a team that is going to be pretty dangerous this year and next.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right now, I know it's only September, but I think they're going to be playing, well into November. This is, they're 2-0. Got off to start the season the right way, but I think we're going to probably see both these teams when it's all said and done playing some November football.
All right, so
folks at home, that means you're in the playoffs.
Which now everyone makes the playoffs, but it's still, speaking how talented these two teams are, and the kickoff return will be the returner taken down about the 31-yard line.
Jamel Miller did more running east and west than north and south that time.
Keith and I are set up on top of the press box here. Pretty cool spot. It's a cool spot once you get set up. Setting up was not fun, but nonetheless, we're set up.
Yeah,
and,
make sure that we don't have any weather up here. As long
yeah,
as it doesn't rain, it's a really cool spot. And I don't see any rain in the forecast. I'm not trying to summon up any either.
That sun can go down a bit, but I see a Kinner and Byers silhouette out on the field from our shadows, just from the sun beating down behind us, nonetheless.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 5 on the kicking team. 15 yards to the end of the return.
All right, so number 5.
Yeah, look at it. The referees over these moving this man. That's too much mouth. They're just chirping too much.
And sometimes you may think, okay, the chirping's not that big a deal, but at times, especially as the game goes on and the intensity picks up, is trying to keep the control of the game. So you let that go, you think it's nothing, but then it kind of leads to a bigger build as the game
It's
goes
just like
on.
all sports. It's a kinder, gentler sports. When I was in high school, we said a lot of things.
That your mom and dad would not have approved. All right, here we go. Now we'll get a chance to see the Springfield offense once again, and not a whole lot cooking there. A good defense up front.
Yeah, they was ready for Deontay Long that time.
Caden Hines, the quarterback, the sophomore quarterback. We talked about the youth of Springfield of Trotwood the last couple of years. I see a lot of obviously the junior wide receivers, the sophomore quarterback, the sophomore running back. There's a lot of youth on this Springfield team, at least on the offensive side of the ball.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, right now, Trotwood defensively, they have a turnover. That's one of the differences of this ball game.
And
he dropped.
And Hines
that was a good defensive call. They disguised it. Looked like they were coming. He dropped in the coverage, and the quarterback threw it right to the defender, the linebacker, and he couldn't hang on to it. This proves why he's on defense and not on offense.
Not a wide receiver. Caden Hines, Keith, 4 interceptions on the season, and to be honest, his 5th interception was just dropped right there because he threw that directly to him. But a huge break there for Mo Douglas's Wildcat offense. 3rd and 11, ball at the 46, 14-7. The Wildcats trail with 11:07 to go here in the half.
Yeah, empty backfield, so they're going to throw it unless they go quarterback draw.
Hines drops back, steps up, tries to avoid the pressure, but he's tackled down and spun around, and a huge loss. And now they'll be forced to punt on 4th and long.
Now, sometimes the best decision is no decision, and that don't make a decision to throw the football. So sometimes eat it, punt the ball, and give your defense a chance to, get the ball back to you in decent field position.
Make sure you
keep credit that Ram defense, though. They were really aggressive getting in that backfield.
4th and 19, the offense pushed all the way back to their own 38, and they trail 14-7. And this is a crucial defensive possession coming up here.
Bad snap. Oh, got the punt off.
Yep. The punt going to drop around the
35
bounce or 25. 26 is where it'll be down. Nice punt considering he just got it off at the last second. And that was number 4 who punted that for Trotwood and Kamari Henderson. So 1st and 10 now. We'll get to see Carpenter and the Ram offense come back out onto the field, and not a long breather, Keith. I mean, that 3 and out right there didn't give the offense a lot of time to catch their breath, but nonetheless, they're young. They'll be fine. 1st and 10, ball at the 26, 14-7. The Rams lead it. 10:19 to go here in the opening half. It's our ESPN Dayton Game of the Week on 101.5 Hank FM and 1410 ESPN Radio. Carpenter gets the snap, drops back, ball at the 26.
Ooh.
He throws and connects, but man, that was number 2 in Ty Myers. He drilled the receiver, a tackle for a loss.
Well, second, he almost another half step. He gets in front of it, and they may have a pick 6. He kind of floated that ball out there to the receiver.
So that's going to bring up second down now, 9:56 to go. And I was confused as to why the clock was continuing. I forgot he did come down with the catch. Carpenter this time was going to line up under center, but he drops back.
Empty backfield, motion to empty backfield.
Carpenter.
Looked like a quarterback draw.
Give Springfield credit. They are not giving up any lanes up the middle. They've tried to run that play quite a handful of times.
They're staying disciplined in their rush lanes.
And Carpenter last week rushed for 111 yards. We know he can make plays with his legs, but as we talked about Springfield, they're not giving him any lanes up the middle and doing a good job of really not allowing him to break to the right or left on the corners.
Always watch and see who's going to win the battle to third down. And, meaning can your defense get off the field or can your offense stay on the field on third down? And usually the team that executes that over the course of the evening ends up winning the football game.
All right,
they're showing blitz again.
3rd and 13, ball to 23.
Oh, yeah.
Carpenter sniffed out the blitz. He keeps his eyes down the field, waving his receiver away. He's going to run out of bounds. Oh, a potential late hit. We'll wait for the flag.
He tried to hold up. There was no malice in that one. The ref was looking to it, though. He just slammed him down and put a little extra. He had his hand on on a handkerchief. Give me a reason. Give me a reason.
So kudos to the officials.
Yes, he did. He just knew that was the actual momentum that took him out of bounds that far.
Some officials can't wait to throw that flag along that sideline. By the way, we know here at WING, we love to let you get away with the attacking the officials, but I noticed you bring that same energy on the TV side of things. I got a good kick out of that last night. You called Troy and
Troy and Van Butler.
Van Butler, my apologies.
Yes. Yeah. I ran into one of the referees in the parking lot after the game. How do we do? Oh, man.
I don't know. Just go watch it on replay. Yes, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you. But I'm hard but fair.
I caught you on a few, and I'm like, ooh, we'll see how the TV audience loves that one. All right, so it's
but I got a rough call. I gave some kudos on it. It was a 50-50 pass. When the defender and the offensive player both go at the ball in the air, and when they both get there at the same time, tie goes to the offense, just like in baseball. Tie goes to the runner. Yep. So the Troy fans was not happy about that play last night, but it happens. Who knows? We may have that same situation here this evening.
There's Keith doing Thursday Night Lights with Dayton 24/7 now, and then hanging out with us on Friday nights. This is your retirement? Actually, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Golfing, calling high school football, golfing.
I golfed today. I had a birdie day at Miami Valley Golf Club. I had a birdie on number 10. Anybody out there who's played that golf course, they know how tough number 10 is. And I think that was my first birdie this year on that hole.
Keith, when you have a handicap at 32, every hole's hard. So
yes.
I can't relate. 2nd and 10 now coming up. There is Caden Hines, by the way, the quarterback for the Wildcats out there. 2nd and 10, ball at the 45, 8:18 to go here in the half. They trail 14-7. Hines rolling out to his right, there. Throws on his run.
Take the long throw.
Incomplete.
He had to tie it in on the short throw, but he went downfield for the wide receiver and just barely skipped it to him off the turf.
So that brings up 3rd and 10. So we saw the Trotwood defense hold Springfield to a 3-and-out the last time down the field, and then Trotwood's offense was held to a 3-and-out. And now on 3rd and 10, could we potentially see our third straight 3-and-out possession here?
It's gaining that way. I'm looking at Caden Hines as a sophomore quarterback. Like you said, he got to give him a chance to grow up. This time next year, he'll make a much better decision and give that guy to the tight end and make it easier on himself.
Speaking of Hines, he is just drilled as he throws, Keith. Oh, that ball is loose, is it?
That's an incomplete pass. Why did the ref take so long to call incomplete pass? It was clearly an incomplete pass. It was a big hit.
So as you were saying, as you're talking about him, he gets drilled. I'm not laughing at him, but that was one of the biggest hits I've seen in a while.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't see him. That blind side, he stepped into that throw and got drilled as that ball was coming down.
So you sure you want to play quarterback? That's part of his job description. You're going to get hit.
So in his last game, Keith, 2 interceptions, really struggled. Interception today, near 2 interceptions. Are you surprised that Mo Douglas is having him throw the ball as much as he is, considering his struggles?
Yeah, you got to take with the defense. They're going to overload you. Wow, they came a closer punt, blocking that punt.
And he will field the
No,
punt.
the referees, that's supposed to be a 15-yard penalty. Let's run into not the kicker, but the receiver, you need to give him 2 yards to catch the ball. And he clearly didn't get that when you find him on the ground.
His helmet's off,
They're
too.
getting bumped.
He has to be careful if they don't. No one's noticing his helmet's off. So that.
Yeah.
You saw that, right? He walked from midfield. He walked off the field with his helmet off. Not one official noticed it. So I'm not trying to rat him out. I'm just pointing it out. I'm surprised.
As you rat him out.
All right. So 3 straight 3-and-outs. 2 3-and-outs for the Springfield offense. 1 for the Trotwood, and Trotwood will try to find a way to add to the scoreboard here because they have a 1-possession lead. It's 14-7, but it appeared we were about to see a high-scoring affair, but both defenses clamping down, Keith. And as I say that, a handoff for about a 4-yard
I think that might be a face mask, the way he got spun around. Let me see if the ref saw what I saw. Is he going to call holding?
Carpenter saw what you saw.
Face mask. I only have 1 contact in. I dropped the other one. So I'm going to – I had 50 vision. 50. No, I have 20/20 vision. It's less than 20/20. But I got my binoculars.
I know about you. When if I ever lose – went to the eye doctor the other day to order my contacts, and I'd asked him, I said, hey, just out of curiosity, hypothetical, I was like, if I drop my glasses and broke them and I don't have contacts and I'm waiting, what do you tell people? Like, because I'm literally blind as I cannot see a thing if my glasses break. And
wow.
I'm not throwing my eye doctor under the bus, but they just said nothing we can do. But for
buy some right now.
$260, we can send you a 6-month supply. I'm like, okay. All right, Carpenter hands this one off. That's Michael Smith, who's just met by a wall of Springfield defenders. Nothing cooking there, Keith, on the 1st and 10.
Not at all. That Springfield defense stood tall on that play. And they have basically all day. Only give up 7 points.
I mean, right now it's a tie ball game. Both offenses are tied at 7 apiece. It's the pick 6 that's the difference maker that has the Rams leading by possession right now, which that's what it comes down to, obviously, both sides of the ball.
Well, when you talk about sometimes college recruiting, we always say the offensive linemen are the hardest ones to recruit because they're so big, when they're the 5-star, 4-star guys, guys going to Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan, and those type of schools. Yes, it's hard to recruit offensive linemen and get a meet on them, but what's even worse is defensive backs. I'm watching Aaron Scott here for Springfield. He's a 5-star, committed to Ohio State, had the big announcement, Michigan thought they were going to get him and all that stuff. Outstanding talent, but that's why the camps are so important.
Yep.
When you get a chance to see him against other top flight receivers. Now, at the end of his, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I don't know if he's going to get an interception or not or have any big plays. But, when you find somebody like that on the field, offenses tend to stay away from him. So his statistics suffer. So you have to really come out here and watch the player. I mean, I'm watching him. He's just not getting, no attention, but he has to stay, engaged just in case. You can only do your job.
2nd and 16, another 2nd and long. Carpenter keeps his eyes down the field. He has to run out of bounds to avoid the tackle for a loss, but may have picked up a loss regardless, running out of bounds there. The defensive pressure, I feel like, has gotten more intense as the game has gone on, honestly, for both teams, but I feel like Springfield has picked it up a notch, especially with the intensity with up front.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're looking for a turnover. I mean, I saw the defensive lineman running at the quarterback. He had strip on him, strip. Yep. He had the ball out. He just didn't get to him. Carpenter got out of bounds before that could happen. But you can see there both teams are well coached. And when they see that ball exposed, they're taught to go after it, knock it on the ground, knock it loose.
3rd and 18, 6:19 to go. The Rams lead it by 7.
Motion empty backfield.
Yep. Carpenter has time to throw, steps up in the pocket, though. Flag is thrown regardless, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, spin move, taking down about the 47-yard line. 46-yard line nonetheless, but I think this might be coming back.
It might be coming back, but I don't know if I'm Coach Douglas. I may decline the penalty. Look like holding. It's already 3rd and 18. He probably ran for about, I think, 7 yards. It's 4th and 8 or 9. Do you think they're going to go for it from there or make it 3rd and 28? It's 4th down. Wow.
Oh, wow. That
Wow,
was
wow.
not, I thought it was holding.
I thought it was clearly holding.
Usually when they throw it that far back towards the offense, that usually means holding. But nonetheless, that's a big break for Trotwood. That's a 15-yard penalty and a first down now. And now it
From
resets.
3rd and 18
Yep.
to 1st and 10
They've had
because
a
of the
few.
penalty.
They've had a few of those things tonight, Keith, on 3rd and long. That's 2 3rd and longs that Springfield has bailed them out on penalties. And that's actually what led to the touchdown drive the last time on their opening touchdown drive, not counting the pick 6, of course. But that was a 3rd and long that led to a big run up the middle, and then there was a penalty.
You know, during my professional career, I spent a great deal of time around a lot of great defensive, great offensive coaches' minds. But Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick, being around those guys, they used to always preach on different statistics that stood the test of time.
Yep.
And they said whenever the defense gets a penalty, 3 out of 4 times offenses score. And and the reason why they score is because you're giving most defensive penalties are first down penalties, outside of you jump off sides. So that means you're giving the offense an additional first down, in the field, and a lot of times they're the 10 or 15-yard variety. So you're really helping out an offense, by giving them, penalties. And I don't know if this drive is going to end in points for Trotwood, but when I've watched it over the years, no matter how much in high school, college, or pro, and especially on college and pro, you see defensive penalties. That usually equates to points for that offense.
All right, so it's a timeout out on the field, a Glazer Softwater timeout. 14-7, the Rams lead it with 4:46 to go here in the half. It'll be Trotwood, 1st and 10 at the Springfield 38 when we come back.
Summer rib season is back, baby, at Frickers. Join us for the perfect pairing of frickin' chicken chunks and baby back ribs together all summer long for only $14.99. Bring the whole family as kids 10 and under eat free from the kids menu all day, every day. Spend time with the family. Enjoy frickin' chicken chunks and baby back ribs all summer long for only $14.99. And kids 10 and under eat free only at the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers.
Justin Kent, Keith Byers back with you here on 1410 ESPN Radio. You just heard from one of our sponsors, Frickers. Make sure you are keeping up with all the scores around the Miami Valley tonight using the 937sports.com website, high school football scoreboard presented by Frickers. Ton of big games here around the Miami Valley tonight, Keith. How about Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's at Wayne? I haven't looked up the scores yet, but we'll be sending it back to Brandon Williams in the WING studios for our halftime report, and he'll hold it down and give you all the updated scores. But so many. Pick Central at Centerville tonight. I mean, there are a ton of great games tonight. Pretty excited. Thurgood Marshall, I know this isn't like one of those like top-notch games of some really good teams, but that's not a shot at them, Keith. But two teams who are desperately looking for wins, Thurgood Marshall, Beaver Creek tonight. We keeping an eye on that.
Well, Thurgood has a win already. They won the first game of the season.
And that ended a couple-year drought.
A 2-year drought. They were 0-20.
Yeah. Beaver Creek was 0 for the year before, and they got a win last year. That was a big deal. Interesting matchup there. Yep. 2nd and 10 now. I know Keith right now is getting the iPad out. He's heading to 937sports.com high school scoreboard presented by Frickers, by the way.
Wayne is down at the half, 11-0 to Akron St. Vincent St. Mary.
I talked about this with Jeff Gilbert, covers the high school athletics scene here for Dayton Daily News. We see Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's come here. They came here to play at Centerville for basketball. They always come here for flying to the hoop, but I can't recall a time where I've seen their football team make their way here. So that's a pretty cool matchup tonight. Carpenter on his feet, making a big play with his legs. He's spinning his ball to the 20. He's at the 15. He's going to get to the 10. He cuts up the 5, corner of the end zone. He dives in. Touchdown, Trotwood Rams.
I believe that play is going to make his highlight film. That was a highlight film play right there.
It was third.
Ran through a tackle.
It was 3rd and 13, Keith, from the 41.
Wow.
So you talked about the highlight. Breaking tackles,
spin moves,
and a little bit of everything. But as you talked about, Wayne trailing Akron St. Vincent St. Mary 7-0. That is in Huber Heights tonight, by the way.
Bishop Hartley's 14-0 over Chaminade, and the extra point is up, and it's good.
Meadows' kick is good. With 3:45 remaining in the first half.
All right, folks, good stuff. 3:46 to go. The Rams opened it up to a 2-possession lead, 21-7. Trotwood. How will the Wildcats respond? 3:46 to go here in the first half. We'll be right back.
Mechanics start at $29.93 an hour at the Greater Dayton RTA, and they're hiring mechanics now. Join the RTA for open interviews September 16th from 9 a.m. to noon at 600 Longworth Street in Dayton. Service and repair mechanics are paid by the hour, not by the job, and enjoy benefits like tool and uniform allowances, medical and dental insurance, and more. See you September 16th from 9 to noon at 600 Longworth Street. If you've got the skills, RTA has the shop. Apply now at iriderta.org/careers.
Can you?
937sports.com presented by Frickers. Keith, a couple updated scores around the Miami Valley.
I got Fairmont is down 14-0 to LaSalle. We was at LaSalle and Northmont last night, so LaSalle's winning that there out of Cincinnati, 14-0. And you got Miamisburg big over. Well, letting it hard to talk over the PA announcer. Miamisburg is up 36-0 against opponents in the second quarter.
Miamisburg, a little bit of drama there. They're without their head coach tonight. He's on administrative leave, and we won't really touch that. But nonetheless, that is a storyline that has kind of dominated the headlines here. Kickoff return, nothing cooking there. He'll be taken down about the 29-yard line, and that's where we'll see the sophomore quarterback Hines in the Wildcat offense take over, Keith. This is a crucial 3:40. You have to find a way to put points up on the board, whether it's a field goal, you want a touchdown, but one way or another, you need points heading into the locker room here at the half with the final 3 minutes.
Yeah, I know they're getting the ball to start the third quarter, so they want to end the first half with something, positive. They scored 7 points in the first quarter, and can they go get 7 in this quarter to bring it, better, make it a one-score game with a half to play? I know if I'm Trotwood, I'm looking for 3 and out and try to go with 3 scores before the half.
All right, Hines awaits the snap, 1st and 10 from the 29. Hines drops back, lobs it high in the air.
Receiver.
His intended target, number 1, Dyshawn Martin. Martin's at the 30.
It's a foot race to the end zone.
The 20, the 15, the 10. He's pushed. No, he stays in
He
bounds.
stayed in
Touchdown.
bounds.
How about that response? I was not expecting that at all.
That's
Hines,
67 yards. The ball's on the 27-yard line, right?
29.
That's 71 yards.
What a throw by Hines. And first of all, when you talk about just the continuing progress of the improvement of such a young quarterback who's getting snaps that he probably wasn't anticipating coming into the year with Upshaw being out, and
they answered in 14 seconds. It was 3:40. Now it's 3:26.
I said field goal, touchdown, didn't matter. Points in the final 3 minutes. Well, how about the first 3 seconds of the drive? What a response by Springfield. That definitely shifts momentum. You talk about Mo all the time. Well, she don't know which side she wants to hang out on.
Mo just wants to ride. It doesn't matter what sideline. If that ball's up, it's good.
All right, good stuff. And the OGW Energy Resources touchdown by Springfield, complemented by the Orion Sports Medicine extra point, cuts it back to a 7-point game. It's 21-14 Rams. A 71-yard touchdown by Caden Hines. And that was number 1, Deshaun Martin on the receiving end. Deshaun Martin, Keith, a 6'2", 178-pound senior wide receiver. But you saw the Jets. I mean, once he got in that open field, I couldn't believe how quickly he got from one end of the field to the other. I thought he was about to be pushed out of bounds.
I'm sure the track coach is going to say, hey, you're not going to be done at the football season this spring on the track team.
As you talked about, LaSalle up 14-0 over Fairmont. We got to see LaSalle last week in that back and forth matchup against Northmont. But how about Fairmont, Keith? You were on the call with us on week 1. Fairmont looked really good against Alter. I mean, they look like their typical selves, strong run game, timely defense, physical, and then seeing the week 2 score where Trotwood just ran all up and down the field against that very physical defense.
Trotwood scored 38 unanswered points, didn't they?
Yeah, and now Fairmont down 14-0. That Fairmont offense, They need Drew Baker. They don't have Drew Baker.
There's probably next year eligibility for Drew. Or just go to Bishop Seymour. You'll find it.
Yes. What other scores are standing out to you right now? I see Xenia's up 14-7.
Well, I had the Thurgood Marshall and Beaver Creek.
Oh, what a score.
18-8.
That's a wild score. And here we go now on the kickoff. Oh, and that's number 1 for the Trotwood Rams. He's still on his feet, and Timothy Carpenter.
Kick is taken by number 7.
I'm sorry, that was 7, because as I said, Timothy Carpenter, I'm like, there's no way they have their quarterbacks returning kickoffs.
But Northmont is up over Dunbar 26-10.
That was a big win for Northmont last week over LaSalle. LaSalle's a very good team, and I've heard a lot of praise for Northmont coming away with that win over last week. LaSalle's going to be a playoff team when it's all said and done, and it looks like Northmont's well on their way to carving out a path to get there as well here a couple weeks in.
You know, winning gets to be contagious, and fortunately so is losing. So that's why it's so important, you know, to start early in the season, to stockpile some wins, because you start to have confidence that you can win these games as they get later into the season. You know, things get tougher.
How will Carpenter and Michael Smith respond? Michael Smith burst up the hole.
Still running.
First down, on his feet. He's at the 40, the 30, the 25.
Oh.
He's pushed out about the
He
24.
just took a big hit by the safety. It just bounced off him. You know, the safety thought he was playing John Madden. You know, Madden football, you can just hit your hit stick, but you got to wrap him up out here. And, you know, he did not wrap him up.
So a first down for the Rams and a nice response. Just when we thought both offenses had gone completely flat, we had 3 straight 3-and-outs, Keith. We started to get a little sloppy. Both teams, you know, the defensive line starting to power through, but then all of a sudden out of nowhere, a 70-yard bomb from the Springfield quarterback and Caden Hines connecting with Deshaun Martin, countered by another burst up the middle by Michael Smith. I mean, this game has had a little bit of it all. Runs between the run game, the pass game, very consistent. Or very, just versatile both teams are.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Michael Smith is playing corner and running back. He's playing both ways. He doesn't get tired. It's high school. You don't get tired in high school.
Carpenter rolling out, throws it away. Smart play there, but I do see a flag.
I don't know what the calling is, but I know I saw at least one holding call. I don't know if the ref saw it. Actually, it was tackling. He tackled the defensive end. But.
So we await the call. If you guys, for those listening,
but this time it seemed like it was just sideline interference.
Sideline warning. Trotwood.
Sideline
Those
warning.
referees are so picky over there. They don't want to touch nobody. First time it's one, the second time it's a penalty. That's where Coach Graham has to get his get-back coach in order. Hey, tell these kids to get back. Everybody wants to, be in that coaching box.
Make sure, by the way, we're 3 minutes away from our Roosters halftime report. Brandon Williams back in the WNG studios will continue to keep you updated on some of the top scores and games around the Miami Valley. Roosters is a proud supporter of the high school football game of the week. Stop into Roosters before or after the game for their world-famous wings. Roosters, a fun, casual joint. 2nd and 10 at the 22 for Timothy Carpenter and the Ram offense. Carpenter drops back, wide open receiver. He connects. That's number 0, and Michael Smith, the running back, who not a whole lot cooking there, Keith. I think he might have got tackled for a loss.
Yeah, as soon as he caught it behind line of scrimmage and didn't have no chance to get up the field that time.
2:44. The clock continues to tick down, and a big drive here for Trotwood. They went up 21-7. Give Springfield a ton of credit. It was one play, a 70-yard bomb that cut it back to within one possession. But this would be huge for Trotwood, Keith, if they can get that double-digit or that 2-possession lead right back. If they could score on this drive here to close out the half.
I mean, even if you get a field goal, make it a 2-score game.
Carpenter gets the snap, drops back on the 3rd and 10, has pressure
trying
in his
to break
face.
contain, but he's got speed enough to break the contain.
Smart play again, throws it away.
Wow. I don't even think that ball cleared the line of scrimmage. He went straight out of bounds. They avoided the sack, which was a good decision by him. Don't take that loss. It brings up 4th and 10.
Skip Mosick will also bring you our Tonight in High School Football halftime report during the Roosters halftime show. That and Brandon Williams.
Looks like they're going to go for it. I mean, it's like a 41-yard field goal.
And
on 4th down, it's 2 minutes and 21 seconds. I think they said we're going to give our chance to go for it.
By the way,
not a bad decision.
It's a beautiful night out. That sun went down. There's actually kind of a slight chill. I'm not complaining. It's not cold, but there is a slight chill that is starting to make its way through.
Weather.
It's football weather. Carpenter on the 4th and 10, ball at the 22.
Little
Carpenter has time. Now pressure starting to get in his face. Avoids the tackle. Keeps his eyes. He throws as pressure's in his face. Back at the corner of the end zone, and he throws it out of bounds. And a turnover on downs. It's the first time we've seen that here tonight.
Yes. He didn't take the sack. You don't worry about an interception at that point. Just throw it up and give your guy a chance into the end zone. And, it was an incomplete pass, so no harm, no foul. Because if you kick the field goal, it's going to come out kind of low, and you don't want it to get blocked and scoop and score, or give them good field position. Now, they're giving Springfield the ball, and they got to go, 78 yards?
Well, that's fine because, it was one play, 71 yards
Yes.
for the score the last time down the field. I'm actually really happy for the quarterback for the Springfield Wildcats and Caden Hines, who's had a rough go of it in his debut game last week and then the start to this one, but that has to be huge for the confidence. I'm excited to see what that does for him on this drive here. 1st and 10 for Hines and the Wildcats. They trail 21-7. Hines rolls out to his left, throws on the run.
Big. Oh, good throw.
And he connects, and that's number 87, the big man right there. I have to go to the back page to find number 87, but that's Markel Wade, the senior.
Wade.
Yeah. He's listed as a defensive end on the roster, so talk about depth. You're throwing passes to your tight end or to your defensive end right there.
Hey, remember, when I was coaching high school football in Florida, Jacoby Brissett was the starting quarterback and the starting defensive end. How about that combination?
2nd and 1 now. They need one for the first. Hines. And the flag is thrown. They blow the play dead. That'll stop the clock. There's 2:04 remaining here in the half, by the way. 21-14. There's Trotwood.
I didn't see anyone jump off sides, but there's shoes. Huh?
Full start. Offense number 3. 5 yards.
Yeah. That's the wide receiver.
Duncan Bradley. And now that'll bring up.
If you're Springfield, you don't want to turn no turnovers right now. And because you turn it over, you're giving the ball to Trotwood in plus territory. So any pass that they do decide to throw, I think it's going to be somewhat conservative, or your guy gets it or nobody gets it.
All right, Hines rolls out to his right on the 2nd and 6. Throws on the run, and he connects. That's number 13 who runs up, and Jamel Miller. Jamel Miller gets the first down. Keith, that touchdown, I can't tell you enough. How the confidence. I mean, you could just see Caden Hines. All of a sudden, the game is just coming much more
slowing
smoother.
down for him, right?
And that was we've seen very nice. I mean, he's not stepping in the pocket and throwing, Keith. He's almost more comfortable, which is kind of rare to see a guy roll out and be more comfortable throwing on the run.
Well, he's running away from pressure. They're rolling him away from pressure.
He may not
which
like
is
it,
a good adjustment. Right. So they're rolling a little short roll to the right.
Steps into it. Oh no! I talked too soon.
You can't stare him down. He rolled right, never looked left.
And that interception, by the way, comes from number 7.
He tried to
Jamel
fit it
Clark.
into a small window. Coach Douglas is letting him know about that.
Still happy for the kid, by the way. But I'm just saying, I set it up. It's my fault. Mo Douglas, you can contact me if you have a problem with the.
Yes, the infamous jinx. But he's going to be fine. But that's what I said it earlier. If you're going to throw the ball, throw safe, conservative throws, and he did it. He gambled at trying to fit into a tight window, and a corner dropped back into coverage and was able to pick it up.
We've seen some weird scores tonight, by the way. Beaver Creek was up 18-8 over Thurgood Marshall, but how about the Wayne Warriors? They trail 11-8. We're just seeing some scores that you don't traditionally see. You know what I'm talking about?
They're a 3-run home run away from being tied this game.
18-8 and 11-8. St. Vincent St. Mary's leads Wayne right now. Brookville leads Graham 28-6.
Pickerton Central and Centerville, 9-8 Pickerton.
See, it's weird scores.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense tonight. It's
2 grand slams and a solo shot for Pickerton.
I see Shawnee, the Braves, they lead Tecumseh right now 14-7. But all right, so
it's a Lima Shawnee, right? Or is it Springfield Shawnee?
Springfield Shawnee.
Sorry.
No, none of the WBL teams or the teams up north are on that scoreboard. Not even my Van Wert Cougars. 3 receivers to his left. Talk about Timothy Carpenter, who now motions into an empty backfield. Now he drops back. 2nd and 10 at the 43. Steps up, trying to wave his receiver to where he wants him. Throws. It's batted down.
No, that was almost intercepted also in the bat.
That batted was high, and they just couldn't see it. But, man, if they look up, There's no one. I mean, no one's catching up with the defensive back if that's the case. That was number 4 who broke it up, and Kevin Fair. 1:12 to go here in the first half. You're right, though. Aaron Scott, wherever he is on the field,
the ball's
they're
going
opposite every time. But when you have a shutdown defensive back like that, but you've automatically, if you're constantly avoiding going to that side of the field, you're now playing
and you're
cuts the
hesitant
field in
about,
half. Like,
line him up in the boundary, because if you line up, if he lines up in the boundary, that ball's going to the wide side with way more options.
Oh, the whistle, the official had. Oh, okay. I was about to say the official hadn't blown his whistle in a while. He had to make sure that it still worked. But it was a timeout.
The official wants to hear his name on the radio too.
A Glazier soft water timeout. 21-14 Rams lead it over the Wildcats with 1:12 to go here in the first half. The Trotwood Rams call a Glazier soft water timeout, and we'll take a timeout ourselves here in the booth. We'll have the final minute 12 for you when we come back. Keith Byers, Justin Kenner live here in Trotwood. The Rams lead at 21-14. More of our Week 3 game of the week when we come back.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a number 1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Well, we're back here. Got a minute 12 to go before the half here. Trotwood's marching the ball, trying to. He's got that big crucial 3rd and 10. Springfield took a timeout there, to make sure they got the right defense called. And, Coach Graham, these Rams are coached by, he's got to see what he can dial up here on 3rd and 10. When in doubt, keep it under Timmy Carpenter. You don't want to get too you don't want to get too aggressive is the word I'm looking for. You have a lead. You don't want to get any bad plays. 3rd and 10. Your defense is playing pretty good. Minute 6 to go in the half. Let your punt team go out there and try to pin them down and try to get a turnover. But if not, you'll take a 7-point lead at the half.
So now Timothy Carpenter and the Rams face a 3rd and 10 from their own 43. Ball or 1:06 to go here in the half. Carpenter. I'm sorry. It's the punt team that's out there. In the final 3 minutes, Keith, we've seen 4 total possessions, and there's still a minute to go. So really in a 2-minute span, we've seen the offenses twice. It helps that the Springfield Wildcats had that 170-yard touchdown bomb up the far left sideline. But
yeah, we love those kind of drives. As
an
offensive player.
This is the 3rd time we'll see the Wildcats in the final 3 minutes of this half here, and we'll see if they have another opportunity to tie this up, Keith.
Yeah, but Trotwood already has 1 pick six. You think they're not thinking about another one right about now? They got 2 interceptions here in the first half. So if I'm Coach Douglas, I'm going to be somewhat conservative. I'm happy being down only one score, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to hand the ball off, to Norman.
Yeah, Javen Norman.
He's had some good runs tonight already also.
Javen Norman, they use a lot, especially back when the running back, but he also was utilizing the pass game a lot, especially back when they had Brent Upshaw at quarterback. And, you shift quarterbacks and you have to shift how you use that's a trickle-down effect because some guys, are utilized different with different talents. But that was a 3-yard pickup, and there's 33 seconds. And you're right, you would love to try to go for another big drive here, but you don't want to risk hurting your momentum even more, especially because you get the ball back in the second half.
Yeah, man, the clock is running. We got 23 seconds on the game clock. This very well could be the last play of the half if it's a running play.
Well, right back to the handoff up the middle. Go right back to Javen Norman, as we talked about, Keith, and you're right. That'll probably be the final play. There's no urgency out there.
Yep. 5, 3, 2, 1.
Halftime. All right, folks. That wraps up first half play. Justin Kenner and Keith Byers live here at Trotwood, and the Trotwood Rams lead at 21-14. It's our Week 3 ESPN Dayton Game of the Week. What a half, and we are beyond excited to bring you second half action coming up here in just a little bit. But now it's time for our Roosters halftime report. We step away for a few moments. When we come back tonight in high school football, halftime report with Skip Mosick. And then, of course, Brendan Williams back in the WING studios. We'll continue to keep you updated with some of the scores around the Miami Valley using the 937sports.com high school scoreboard app. It's time for our Roosters halftime show. Roosters is a proud supporter of the high school football game of the week. Stop into Roosters before or after the game for their world infamous wings. Roosters, a fun, casual joint. Halftime coming up next.
Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, save $50 on select DeWalt power tools. And there's more. Now through September 1st, earn 3 times the bonus points per dollar on Reliabuilt primed pine boards. Visit us in-store or online for more deals you can't beat. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. DeWalt offer valid 8/1 through 10/28. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts if any. Valid through 9/1.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey Buckeye fans, as the official wing sponsor of your Ohio State Buckeyes, Roosters is giving away 12 trips for 2 to this year's Buckeye Bowl game. Each trip comes complete with airfare, hotel, gift bag, and 2 tickets to the big game. One bowl prize winner will be chosen each week, along with other cool Roosters weekly prizes. So register every week at roosterswings.com. Roosters, a fun casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Official contest rules at roosterswings.com.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the Country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids. Now here's your host, Skip Mosick.
And hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tonight in High School Football's Halftime Report. Annual athletic district meetings have been occurring as the new school year has gotten underway. We'll discuss the importance of those with Tim Streed of the OHSAA next on the Ohio News Network.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Beck's, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Beck's, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott DeMauro, and on behalf of the OEA's 120,000 members, we're proud to bring you tonight's game. Our members are the public school educators who coach your kids on and off the field because we believe in the potential of every student and their right to a high-quality public education, no exceptions. That's why we will continue to speak in one voice to demand the supports and resources our public schools need because public education matters.
This is Tonight in High School Football on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Skip Mosick.
We are presented by Beck's Hybrids. At Beck's, they are and will remain farmers at heart. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your game this evening. We're joined for a few minutes by Tim Streed, Director of Information Services with the Ohio High School Athletic Association. And, Tim, as we hit week 3 of the high school football season, if there were any issues the first 2 weekends, it was pretty quiet. Has the season started as smoothly as everybody would have liked?
Well, it has, Skip. You're right that usually here in August, we're dealing with either some weather issues or some kind of scheduling issue. But this year, you're right, it's been pretty smooth. Been some great weather and seen a lot of great games. So really happy with how the season got kicked off.
Tim, health and safety is always going to be a primary concern. Unfortunately, we're seeing an uptick in COVID cases all across the states. I mean, some health officials kind of predicted this. Remind us all again what the protocol is in regards to this if it becomes an issue again.
Sure. Well, I've seen that too. My wife's a high school math teacher, and she's seen an uptick in number of cases at her school too. And I think we're going to live with this as a reality, just like the flu, just like a lot of common illnesses that come through our schools and through our communities of people. We still have all of our COVID regulations in place if needed. There is a protocol for if a student tests positive, that they're removed from competition and from the school. If that increases to a certain amount, it could be a team removal, but that is so different than when COVID first started. When COVID first started, one student tested positive, the whole team is coming out right now. That was such a tough issue to go through in the 2021 school year. So now we don't have to do that. It is more on a case-by-case basis, a student-by-student basis. And of course, we know so much more now. We have so much more information. Of course, we have the vaccine as well. So a lot different situation now than what we saw then. So I think it would be pretty rare for a team to get removed.
Tim, this is the time of year you typically have your district meetings. I saw you were in the Southeast District earlier this week. What's typically on the agenda in these meetings?
Well, you're right. I'm glad you mentioned that because that's a big part of our fall. And we do it again in April when we have our referendum update meetings. But here in the fall, we get a meeting set up in each of our 6 districts. We bring in the athletic administrators and a lot of the other administrators, such as principals, that attend those meetings. We go over a lot of our reminders and deadlines for the upcoming year. We go through our legal update. Here are the cases pending. We also have a section on our financial status, too, where we talk about here's where we sit. Here are the dollars that have come back to schools in the past year. Here's what's coming back moving forward, which I need to announce that as well, so our public is aware of that as well. So a lot of it is updates, and also here's what passed from last year's bylaw voting session, and here's how that affects you moving forward. So it's about a couple hours, but it's great to be boots on the ground in each district. We're in Cambridge last week, Athens this week, and we're in Central District and also Northeast District next week, and then we hit the Northwest and the Southwest districts after that. So kind of the road show goes out, and we get a chance to shake hands and see our administrators in each district.
Tim, you mentioned deadlines. Let me leave you with a non-football question. We're a month now into the high school golf season across the state. New Albany sophomore Mia Hammond made the cut this summer at the LPGA event in Toledo, which was awesome to see. She's also now been given a sponsor exemption into next weekend's LPGA event in Cincinnati. How does that work in regards to if she has to choose between that and being able to play on her high school team the rest of the way? I know there's a cutoff date deadline somewhere.
You're right. There is a cutoff date, and luckily that's not till September 25th. And so we're excited that Mia gets to pursue some of those bigger events. But I tell you, a lot of people may be circling our girls golf state tournament on their calendars. Can't wait to see her competing on the gray course at OSU and seeing how low she can go with her score. So, but luckily she is fine. She is able to continue to pursue those bigger events. And what a golfer, what a student athlete. I know that the school is very proud of her, and so are we. We're looking to see how she does in our state tournament.
That's awesome to hear. Tim Streed, Director of Information Services with the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tim, we always appreciate your time. Thanks for hopping on.
Yep. Thanks, Skip. Appreciate you having me on.
And we'll be back on the Ohio News Network.
Bex recognizes this week's player with heart, Jonathan Domer from Garraway High School, for his commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
This is fun, tackling someone with football, being out there with other guys and making new friends.
Yes, Jonathan plays football for fun, but 4-H is about family.
I started 4-H because actually my mom and dad showed 4-H, and my mom showed sheep, my dad showed cattle. Like right now, I'm showing pigs. In 2021, I got reserve champion hog.
He's still in awe about the impact he has as a farmer.
I was in the tractor and thinking today, and I was like, wow, I'm packing all this silage to feed these cows. This farm, every time they milk 3 times a day, that will produce milk and feed the world.
At Bex, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
This is ONN.
All right, thanks once again to Tim Streed of the OHSAA for joining us this evening. Enjoy the second half of your ball game. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. presented by Beck's Hybrids. A reminder, you can listen to many of our affiliate broadcasts from across the state at onnradio.com from the Ohio News Network.
Hey, I'm College Football Hall of Famer Keith Byers, and I'm here with John Glazier from Glazier Soft Water. Did you know we are Dayton's home of the Ohio State Buckeyes?
Yes, I did. But did you know that Glazier Soft Water is the home of the 7-year worry-free parts and labor warranty? We've been making water great since 1988. What were you doing in 1988?
That was my third year in the NFL with the Philadelphia Eagles. I had 10 touchdowns that season, and we made the playoffs in 1988.
So you can say that we both have been doing great since 1988. Glazier Soft Water. Glazier Water is better water.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit from ESPN. Football has played a big part in my life, but football's also a lot more than just big plays, wins, losses, and championships. Football teaches young people about dedication, sacrifice, teamwork, and overcoming adversity. So let's respect the game and get out and support your local school. You'll be amazed of all the good things you see happening at Ohio schools.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the OHSAA Radio Network.
Hey Dayton, it's true. Chevrolet of Troy has the absolute lowest prices. We beat anyone's price with thousands off MSRP. Save up to $10,000 off brand new Chevys in stock. We've got the best selection in the region with over 300 vehicles. We always accept employee supplier pricing and make financing a breeze. Remember, customer service is our top priority. We care about you. A full service, state-of-the-art dealership makes Chevrolet of Troy your best choice. 1375 South Market Street and online at ChevroletofTroy.com.
Mechanics start at $29.93 an hour at the Greater Dayton RTA, and they're hiring mechanics now. Join the RTA for open interviews September 16th from 9 a.m. to noon at 600 Longworth Street in Dayton. Service and repair mechanics are paid by the hour, not by the job, and enjoy benefits like tool and uniform allowances, medical and dental insurance, and more. See you September 16th from 9 to noon at 600 Longworth Street. If you've got the skills, RTA has the shop. Apply now at iRideRTA.org/careers.
Want to try the best in boneless chicken? Head to Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken and pick up a 10-piece strips meal. With 10 freshly marinated, honey-dipped, hand-breaded breast strips, 2 irresistible large sides, 5 fluffy biscuits, and 3 dipping sauces, it's the best in strips and a meal to match. Bring home dippable, craveable perfection for the whole family with a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken 10-piece strips meal at a great price. Only at Lee's, famous for chicken.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Ohio are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
College Football Hall of Famer Keith Byers here to tell you about OGW Energy Resources. If you own a home or a business and want to save money, then going solar with OGW Energy Resources is the way to go. OGW Energy Resources have been helping the Miami Valley save money by going solar for over 14 years. There is no better time than now to look into going solar. For more information, check out their website at ogwenergyresources.com. Go solar today. OGW Energy Resources. Your energy, your future, control it.
At Harley-Davidson of Xenia, the atmosphere is positively electric as we look to the future. Our name may have changed, but Harley-Davidson of Xenia has been locally owned since 1984. Under our new management, the staff and store are buzzing to get you set up for the open road. Whether you're shopping for merchandise, a new bike, or just need some maintenance on your current ride, Harley-Davidson of Xenia is here for you. Visit us online to learn more and to place a reservation on your new bike. hdofxenia.com.
Hey, Buckeye fans, as the official wing sponsor of your Ohio State Buckeyes, Roosters is giving away 12 trips for 2 to this year's Buckeye Bowl game. Each trip comes complete with airfare, hotel, gift bag, and 2 tickets to the big game. 1 bowl prize winner chosen each week, along with other cool Roosters weekly prizes. So register every week at roosterswings.com. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Official contest rules at roosterswings.com.
Welcome to today's game. This is Paul Keels, and you know how much I love broadcasting the Buckeyes, but I also love high school sports. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to set a good example and make this a fun and safe experience for the kids involved. I know this game means so much to the players, coaches, and fans, but high school sports are about much more than the wins and losses. They teach life lessons that will be with the players long after their playing days are over. Good luck to both teams, and remember to respect the game.
Buckeye fans, as the official wing sponsor of your Ohio State Buckeyes, Roosters is giving away 12 trips for two to this year's Buckeye Bowl game. Each trip comes complete with airfare, hotel, gift bag, and 2 tickets to the big game. One bowl prize winner will be chosen each week, along with other cool Roosters weekly prizes. So register every week at roosterswings.com. Roosters, a fun casual joint and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Official contest rules at roosterswings.com.
Welcome to today's game. This is Paul Keels, and you know how much I love broadcasting the Buckeyes, but I also love high school sports. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to set a good example and make this a fun and safe experience for the kids involved. I know this game means so much to the players, coaches, and fans, but high school sports are about much more than the wins and losses. They teach life lessons that will be with the players long after their playing days are over. Good luck to both teams, and remember to respect the game.
At Harley-Davidson of Xenia, the atmosphere is positively electric as we look to the future. Our name may have changed, but Harley-Davidson of Xenia has been locally owned since 1984. Under our new management, the staff and store are buzzing to get you set up for the open road. Whether you're shopping for merchandise, a new bike, or just need some maintenance on your current ride, Harley-Davidson of Xenia is here for you. Visit us online to learn more and to place a reservation on your new bike. HDofxenia.com.
Hey Dayton, it's true. Chevrolet of Troy has the absolute lowest prices. We beat anyone's price with thousands off MSRP. Save up to $10,000 off brand new Chevys in stock. We've got the best selection in the region with over 300 vehicles. We always accept employee supplier pricing and make financing a breeze. Remember, customer service is our top priority. We care about you. A full service, state-of-the-art dealership makes Chevrolet of Troy your best choice. 1375 South Market Street and online at ChevroletofTroy.com.
Staples has big savings on everything you need for back to school or stocking up the office. Save on all your school essentials from notebooks to markers. Save on everything you need for travel, like luggage, portable tech, and travel-size personal items. Plus, save on signs, banners, and posters from Staples print and marketing services. And now at Staples, you can save even more with $10 off document printing when you spend $40 or more. Get everything for the office and the classroom for less at Staples. Ends 9/30. Exclusions and restrictions apply. See associate or visit staples.com/print for details.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
Hey, Buckeye fans, as the official wing sponsor of your Ohio State Buckeyes, Roosters is giving away 12 trips for two to this year's Buckeye Bowl game. Each trip comes complete with airfare, hotel, gift bag, and 2 tickets to the big game. One bowl prize winner will be chosen each week, along with other cool Roosters weekly prizes. So register every week at roosterswings.com. Roosters, a fun casual joint and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Official contest rules at roosterswings.com.
College Football Hall of Famer Keith Byers here to tell you about OGW Energy Resources. If you own a home or a business and want to save money, then going solar with OGW Energy Resources is the way to go. OGW Energy Resources have been helping the Miami Valley save money by going solar for over 14 years. There is no better time than now to look into going solar. For more information, check out their website at ogwenergyresources.com. Go solar today. OGW Energy Resources. Your energy, your future. Control it.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit from ESPN. Football has played a big part in my life, but football's also a lot more than just big plays, wins, losses, and championships. Football teaches young people about dedication, sacrifice, teamwork, and overcoming adversity. So let's respect the game and get out and support your local school. You'll be amazed of all the good things you see happening at Ohio schools.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the OHSAA Radio Network.
Justin Kinner, Keith Byers back with you here on 1410 ESPN Radio. Second half action about to get underway here. The Trotwood Rams lead at 21-14 over the Springfield Wildcats. Springfield will receive the second half kickoff. Keith, we saw Springfield with 3 chances in the final 3 minutes of that first half, but they couldn't tie it up, but they did at least cut it to within 1 possession. And, of course, we saw them go conservative in that final minute, especially with the sophomore quarterback in Hines, who's been a little bit interception happy as of late. A little damage control by Coach Mo Douglas and a chance to kind of regroup at halftime, and we'll see what they do here as they receive the kick here in the opening moments.
They are getting the ball to start the second half, so you didn't want to get too aggressive, to end off the first half. So I thought that was a good decision by Coach Douglas, to continue to give yourself a chance to win the ball game. You're only down, 1 possession, going into the second half. And the night has also been an emotional night for Coach Douglas because, at halftime, they acknowledged that he went into the Trotwood Madison, Hall of Fame. And I thought the announcer did an excellent job when he was announcing Coach Douglas. He laid the foundation for what Trotwood is today. They're winning teams. And, they've won a couple of states. He won their state championship. I think it was 2011. And they've won 2 others since then. And they've got there about a handful of, I think about 5 or 6 state runner-ups. But all that program here at Trotwood is some of the foundation was laid. Well, a lot of the foundation was laid by Maurice Douglas. So, he's back at his alma mater, but he wants his current school to win right now, Springfield. And it's the business part of the sport. But, it's good. He deserves to be in Trotwood Madison's Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. As Keith mentioned, at halftime, they brought him out to the midfield to the red T and the black M out there. And real quick, as we're in the middle of the action right now, Jamil Miller on the return, still on his feet. He'll be pushed out of bounds right about the 50 exactly. So we'll get to see the Springfield offense come out at the midfield line.
Well, that's a great start, to the drive. I mean, that was an excellent return. Got it to the 50. But if I do recall, the first time they started off the half with the ball on the plus 49 and went 3 and out.
Yep.
So Trotwood's defense was stout, that time. And this time they're right around midfield. They get the ball at the 47-yard line.
Ooh, that
was a bad catch by the referee.
Yeah, but watching him throw was
even worse.
Be an athlete. All right, here we go now. 1st and 10, ball at the 47, not the 50, and that's where we'll see the offense. I like the start, Keith, the handoff, and that's going to be about a 7-yard carry, but that was a big carry right there for number 24 and DeAndre Long. DeAndre Long had a few big explosion runs in that first half, one that led to one of their 7 points or one of their 14 points in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, DeAndre Long's been running the ball hard as well as Jalen Norman. Both of those guys are good 1-2 punch.
Here we go now, 2nd and 5 after the long 5-yard pickup. But I like the decision just to go with the simple handoff, Keith. Caden Hines, you're seeing the youth in him. He's making some big plays. He's very good at throwing on the run, but sometimes he makes those
6 yards on the first down, and they're all tackle play again, and enough for a first down. It's a good 5-yard run by Deontay Long.
So potential 3rd and short. No, they picked up the chains. They're moving him. So a first down.
We still got to do our math.
No.
How many times does the referee, measure this year while we're doing our telecast? So none the first 2 weeks. And here we are week 3. They haven't brought the chains out there to measure it's either first down or not. They're real decisive about that in high school referees.
Yeah, they made sure the chains didn't move. However, 1st and 10, ball at the Trotwood 48 now, and that's where Hines again snaps it, hands it right back off. They're going to go right back to the run game. And
they're going to have face masks.
Yeah, there was flags coming in from every direction. So obviously everyone's on the same page. Helmet's falling off now. That's number 24, DeAndre Long. His helmet came popping off.
Well, I think they grabbed his face mask the first time.
Personal foul, face mask against the Rams.
All right, so this one at one point, Keith, when the Rams –
defense number 54. 15-yard
Yeah,
penalty.
Deontay Long did not like that either. He was sharing a couple of words with the defender. He's putting his helmet back on, and the ref was like listening intently. And then I thought, and then comes in Jalen Norman. So Coach Douglas saw what I saw. Let me get him out before he gives those 15 yards away.
That's a huge break right there for Springfield because, Keith, at one point it was 21-7, and it felt like it was starting to spiral out of control. But now all of a sudden, a nice little drive to open up the second half. Obviously, a lot can happen. They've been turnover prone, but they have the ball at the 27. Hines drops back, lobs it up the far left sideline. The receiver kind of tripped up a little bit. Good defense by the cornerback. I'm trying to see his number to give him credit, but that was a good deflection right there. The receiver started to trip over his feet, though.
Yeah, but they ran a stop and go pattern, and he stopped and couldn't get started again. He couldn't get the go part of the stop and going around. His feet got up under him. It was a good play calling. Sometimes these corners get too aggressive. They want to, jump on your first move, and they had him. The throw was there. This receiver wasn't.
That receiver, Devin Williams, by the way, senior, number 85. And now it'll be 2nd and 10, ball at the 27. Caden Hines gets the snap, turns, hands it off. They go right back to the big back in the middle. Not a whole lot cooking there, maybe a yard if he's lucky.
Yeah, that's sometimes what happens when you throw the ball on first down. You don't complete the pass. Now it's 2nd and 10, and that favors the defense because they got you behind the chains, and then they run the ball for a yard. Now it's 3rd and 9. Now they're really behind the chains. So now Springfield has to make up their mind. Are they going to go for it on 4th down if they don't get this first down? It's 3rd and 9. If they don't get any yards, that's going to be a long field goal, and it's really too short to punt.
3rd and 9 at the 26, as Keith was just alluding to. They trailed 21-14.
45, 47-yard field goal from here.
And a quick timeout on the field.
Timeout.
Springfield calls a Glazier soft water timeout. We'll take a timeout ourselves. 21-14, Rams still lead it, but the Wildcats are knocking on the door of tying it up. We'll find out how this drive ends when we come back.
Summer rib season is back, baby, at Frickers. Join us for the perfect pairing of frickin' chicken chunks and baby back ribs together all summer long for only $14.99. Bring the whole family as kids 10 and under eat free from the kids menu all day, every day. Spend time with the family. Enjoy frickin' chicken chunks and baby back ribs all summer long for only $14.99. And kids 10 and under eat free only at the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers.
All right, both teams coming out of the timeout. 21-14, the Rams lead it. But the Wildcats have the ball 3rd and 9 at the Trotwood 26. And a big 3rd and 9 coming out, Keith. Caden Hines, big opportunity here again. Hines awaits the snap, gets the snap, rolls out to his right. Defense coming, throws on the run, and nearly throws another interception. That was underthrown regardless, but a break right there, no interception.
Yes. Brings up, a big 4th down. I think, no hesitation here. They're going to go for it. Like I said, it's too short to, to punt it, because if they kick it in the end zone, it's only 11 yards, 6 yards difference. I'm getting them 20. So you might as well go for it.
We've seen Hines have a lot of success throwing up that far left sideline. Some of his better throws and really bigger plays have come from throwing up that far left sideline. It's been the shorter routes that have kind of got him in trouble a few times. Hines, empty backfield, drops back.
Here on 4th down, too.
Throws, corner of the end zone, lobs it up, still loose. Is that a touchdown? No, it's a deflection. I'm sorry, turnover on downs. I was confused.
It's intercepted in the end zone.
Both fans started cheering, so I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Both started jumping up and down. So, unfortunately, another interception, the 3rd of the night.
About that interception. You can't take the sack.
That's almost like a punt anyways.
They got the ball on the 20.
Throw it up, go get it.
So you really gain, 6 yards. If it's an incomplete ball, Trotwood has the ball on the 26. He catches the interception and they get on the 20. So, it really wasn't a bad play by the offense at all.
The defense for the Rams steps up big once again. Keith, right now, both offenses are tied at 14 apiece. The difference is that Michael Smith pick 6 on the opening drive in the first quarter. That's really what has allowed the Rams to have this cushion here. And now Carpenter hands this one off on their opening second half drive.
These teams are evenly matched. And when you got an evenly matched game like this, turnovers and penalties are usually the difference of the ball game. And right now, that is the difference. They both had their fair share of penalties. But Springfield hasn't taken the ball away from Trotwood yet, and Trotwood has taken it away from them now 3 times.
Right now, again, there's some college football action going. Central Michigan and Michigan State going head-to-head. Michigan State was trailing. I believe they were able to punch the ball in the end zone before halftime.
It was 10-7. It was 7-3. They scored with less than a minute to go in the half.
We're almost, a week from now at this point, the NFL season would have officially started. Carpenter's spin move. Oh, my gosh,
he almost got out of all those Wildcat jerseys.
But yeah, Thursday night football. That's when it all kicks off next week.
Fairmont is cutting to that LaSalle score of 14-7.
See the big noon kickoff crew. You're watching them right now. They're talking about Deion Sanders. How you feel about Deion? I have them. They're my upset pick tomorrow, by the way. I have them knocking off TCU. Upset stomach.
I don't know. They got a chance. They have a chance.
3rd and 7 now. Carpenter awaits the snap. Ball at the 23. 8:18 to go here in the third quarter. Carpenter gets it. Drops back.
Who's going to win 3rd down? Can they get off the field? Incomplete.
First of all, that was a nice throw. I mean, he was hit as he was throwing that. He's a little slow getting up, Keith, but he got hit in the ribs. I mean, that was he absorbed all that contact.
Coach Douglas used to play defensive back, so he knows a thing about, teaching these guys aggressive. Of course, Jeff Graham was a former wide receiver, so he knows a thing too about catching the football. That time, defense won.
We have the 937 Sports High School Football Scoreboard open, presented by Frickers. What do we got right now as far as I see Fairmont trails LaSalle 14-7.
Yeah, they cut into that lead.
Third catch is taken by Martin.
Miamisburg is winning big, 43-0 over opponents in the third quarter.
Looks like
St. Mary's
yeah.
and Wayne. St. Mary's is still holding on to that 3-point lead, 11-8 in the third quarter. You got Xenia, undefeated Xenia, now at 17-7 over sitting the Yellow Jackets.
I like their running back and Johnson. That kid, he's been their most consistent piece. I mean, 100+ yards in every game, 2 touchdowns plus in every game. He's been the offense. 1st and 10 now, by the way, after the punt, and now we'll get to see the offense for Springfield get their second drive of the quarter. Caden Hines.
They got an excellent field position, plus 45-yard line.
They went a little Wildcat action.
And number 19 came in at quarterback.
That's Braylon Keys, a freshman quarterback, by the way, Keith.
Number 24. Long.
Coach Douglas just giving the freshman a couple, some very quality snaps here.
2nd and 5.
Down in the 7-point game on the road, and he's going with the freshman. So he's shown some thing or two in practice and that he trusts him, against his mighty Trotwood Madison team.
And then there's a bat flying around our head up here, by the way.
There's a keeper. Good block by the wide receiver.
Look at the wheels on that guy. My goodness, that's number 18. 19, and Braylon Keys, the freshman quarterback.
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to, I like this adjustment. If the pass game, there's nothing cooking there, you might as well try to make plays with a versatile quarterback and who can make plays with his athleticism.
Unfortunately, we got some laundry on the field, and Jeff Graham was playing back him up.
Preliminary indication is holding against the Wildcats.
All right, so here we go. I kind of like the little new wrinkle we're seeing with the freshman quarterback and Braylon Keys. I don't know if this was an injury substitution, Keith, or if this is we got to try something different because the offense has continued to stall on multiple occasions nonetheless. But Caden Hines he started and he played all up until this point. Braylon Keys, the third quarterback to take some snaps for the Wildcats here this season. It's only week 3.
Now, Caden is not talking to the referee, to the trainers or anything. So I think it's just a personnel move. Just to give them a different look.
All right, so a huge opportunity here for the freshman quarterback. And look, we saw the youth of the sophomore quarterback in Caden Hines. I'm very interested to see the freshman if he continues to make some big plays. Keys hands this one off. Running back, stiff arm, pushes the defender down. But again, there's just the big difference, too, Keith, that I've noticed, yes, is the offense looks more crisp for Trotwood, but it's the pursuit to the ball, too. The defense has just been swarming all evening, and that was kind of the theme for them last week. Fairmont's a very good run team, and Fairmont could not run the ball. There's not many teams that can stop Fairmont from running the ball. Trotwood just stuffed every run attempt for them last week up the middle.
Yeah, I know Fairmont runs that double wing offense. So if your defenders are aggressive and read their keys, they can have some success against it. They run a lot of good misdirection. Timeout before the play.
No, I see some laundry, yep.
These receivers are jumping off their sides. That's a no-no.
And sometimes when you have a new quarterback out there, the rhythm of the offense kind of changes a bit, and then you see some penalties like this happen. But there was some miscommunication. Yeah.
You got, like you said, new quarterback, new cadence. But, I said the wide receivers, there's no excuse. Look at the ball. Look at the ball. Ball move, you move. Big 39 right here.
Braylon Keys going to be forced to make a play with his arm potentially, but I saw the Jets on this kid a little bit ago. Unbelievable. Throws.
Oh, he's got a guy
up
wide
the sideline, wide open. He connects. It's a first down and then some. What a throw by the freshman quarterback, Braylon Keys, and he's pulled down at the 11-yard line.
They came with an all-out blitz, and I don't think the safety knew the corner was going. Little miscommunication in the secondary, and the safety was late getting over there over the top, and it gave the wide receiver a free run, and the freshman quarterback stood tall in there and made a throw.
To have the awareness, too, like it's one thing for him to be open, but to have when you're a freshman and have big defenders like that barreling in on you, and they have the awareness and just to know where to that ball, that was an impressive play. 1st and 10, ball to 13. Keys awaits the snap. Low snap. He's able to pick it up, hand it off.
And the referees let that one. They never got set. There are a lot of movement in that Springfield backfield. Motion, and they didn't get set. But Refs let it go.
So no gain on that handoff. They handed it off, Keith, to DeAndre Long. DeAndre Long, it's either a home run or nothing. He's not picking up a lot of 2-3 yard gains. He's either stopped at the line of scrimmage or he's bursting for a 20-yard pickup. I mean, there's no in between with him. 2nd and 10 at the 13, 6:15 to go here in the third quarter. Springfield, yep, they trail by a possession. And Keys keeps it.
Freshman quarterback. That's good discipline. Oh, he's still on his feet.
Where's the ball loose? Oh, that's unfortunate. The officials do rule it a fumble. This is another situation where the Wildcats have marched deep into Ram territory, but you got to give the Rams red zone defense a lot of credit. They've just been clamping down. Another turnover for Springfield.
By my count, that's 4.
Quite a few interceptions and a fumble, yep. How about Malachi Johnson on the fumble recovery? He had the pick 6 in the first quarter. He has a rushing touchdown on the night and a fumble recovery. You might have to remind me to have Malachi Smith in my top 5.
Yes, I think he's one of the Miami Valley area players of the week. And he's giving this up. No, that was Michael Smith had a pick 6.
Michael Smith. Okay, my apologies. Well, I tried to give it to him. More laundry on the field.
It looks like a face mask. The helmet is on the ground, and that was a late throw and a flag. But we've been wrong already tonight.
You're listening to our Week 3 Game of the Week. The Trotwood Rams welcoming in the Springfield Wildcats. That penalty against Springfield, by the way. So Trotwood will pick up some easy yardage there. So now they don't.
Personal foul, face mask against the Wildcats.
So turnovers, penalties, just not disciplined football here tonight. And obviously injuries to your quarterback can totally throw off the rhythm of your team. And they're playing their third quarterback in 3 weeks already. But nonetheless, we're talking about the defensive side of the ball. Your quarterback has nothing to do with that.
No.
1st and 10.
But if you're Coach Graham, you're happy to get 4 turnovers on defense. You know, you've taken the ball away from them 4 times. Yet if you're Douglas, you've given it away 4 times, and it's still a 1-possession ball game.
1st and 10 now. Carpenter lines up under center. His team leads it by a touchdown, 21-14, the lead with 5:34 to go. Hands it off to Michael Smith, who burst up the middle. He hit the hole with a lot of momentum, but give Springfield credit. They closed the gap pretty quick.
Yes, they did. I mean, that defensive line is getting penetration because you want to play on your opponent's side of the field. We got number 99 for Springfield is hobbling off the field right now. Hopefully he's not too major because he's doing a heck of a job in there.
Remember last week, it was just a miserably hot day. There were, throughout the entire game with Northmont and LaSalle, I mean, players were dropping in the field left and right with cramping issues, and the running back still on his feet, by the way. It's just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short coming up. Michael Smith again, the ball carrier.
Gain of 6.
So just a yard short as we talked about. 3rd and 1 now. 4:37 to go here in the quarter. 21-14.
You know, these little mini battles on 3rd down. Who's going to win 3rd down? You got to get off the field if you're on defense. You got to stay on the field if you're on offense. Trotwood's coming out in the jumbo package. And it's going to be big boy football here. Who's going to just come smash mouth?
Take it right back to Michael Smith on the 3rd and 1.
Wow, it's going to be close. I think it's just enough to get the first down.
Anytime it's close, you know they give it to him because you ain't going to bring the chains out, so move the chains.
The chains are already moving.
if we're going to move them forward. You ain't moving them out.
No, sir.
First down nonetheless, and I do believe he picked up the first, by the way, and a good pickup right there. 1st and 10 now. The ball moves to the 32.
Give it up for our cheerleaders down there.
All right, let's clap for the cheerleaders.
We see you down there working late.
You're just coming on Friday night to see the football team. You're coming to see the band, the cheerleaders, the color guard.
That booming voice you're hearing in the background is Mr. Lumpkin, by the way, who's
former Buckeye on the basketball and the football team.
Yeah. You don't see that often.
Not too often.
Definitely not. I can't think of any modern player that's been able to do that. And I think right now when you have NIL money invested into players and just so much invested, you don't want to risk it. You had a chance to play baseball, right? And that was kind of
I had a football
slightly
baseball
taken from you a little bit at Ohio State. Yeah.
At the Ohio State University.
I think you made the right choice.
One of my final choices was Arizona State. They did have a really good football team and a baseball team back in the day. And if I had went to Arizona State, I would have been the same outfield as one Barry Bonds. How about that?
Would have been quite a connection.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Barry would have had to scoot over to left field because I was going to take center field all by myself.
Carpenter drops back. He connects.
Good throw and catch.
That's Quentin Johnson still on his feet. He's taken down about the 46-yard line in Springfield territory.
Yeah, Quentin Johnson was too busy looking at the guys up the field. He forgot pursuit was coming hard and heavy from behind him.
Nice play right there from the 30, from the 33 to the 46. A big pickup, and the chains move easily once again. 1st and 10 now at the 46 with 3:12 to go here in the third quarter. 21-14.
Got a little banged up on that. He's got to come out of the game. He's also the starting corner, so you got to keep an eye on that.
1st and 10 now. Carpenter taking his time, 10 seconds on the play clock. And again, they're not burning clock, Keith, but they're in no hurry. Carpenter rolls out to his left, avoids the tackle. A wall of yellow swallows him up at the 50.
Yeah, good decision. Just put that ball away.
A 4-yard loss.
Centerville is up on Pickerington Central now in the fourth quarter, 25-9.
Down by number 33.
Did I just see Wayne have a 22-11 lead in my thing refresh?
Oh, my
Wayne
goodness. They jumped out, yeah.
Wow. They're from 11-8 to 22-11 in the third quarter.
It's a big week for the GWOC because it wasn't a good week last week. We talked about Springfield getting blown out by DeMatha Catholic, 35-7. All right, and then Pick Central beat Wayne, 25-20 last week. Dublin Kaufman beat Centerville. So to see Centerville and Wayne bounce back here this week.
Yes, indeed. That's good to see.
Miamisburg beat Bellbrook 14-10, but Beaver Creek beat Ponit 62-7 last week, and Beaver Creek about to tie their win total from last year. If that whole scores, and unfortunately, if that score holds, Unfortunately, a player is injured down on the field. We can't see the number of the individual, but we hope he's okay. Trainers attending to him at about the 45-yard line on the side of Springfield. You said 4?
Yeah, Kevin Fair.
Okay. Well, they're attending to him down on the field. While they attend to him, let's take a Glazer Softwater timeout. It'll be 3rd and 8. Trotwood, ball on the Springfield 44 with 1:51 to go. The Rams lead at 21-14. College Football Hall of Famer Keith Byers, Justin Kinner. We'll be right back on 101.5 Hank FM and 1410 ESPN Radio.
Hey Dayton, it's true. Chevrolet of Troy has you covered for all your auto service needs. We offer a state-of-the-art dealership with experienced service, parts, and body shop. We're the only dealer in Miami County with an on-site body shop, and we make it easy with experienced professionals ready to diagnose your vehicle with the goal of getting you back on the road quickly. And listen to this. For a limited time, get an oil change for as low as $29.95. Chevrolet of Troy, 1375 South Market Street, and online at ChevroletofTroy.com.
Justin Kinner and Keith Byers back with you here on 1410 ESPN Radio. Both teams back out on the field, Keith. It's a 3rd and 8 for Trotwood and Carpenter. They have the ball at the Springfield 44. A big third down. Springfield would love to force a stop, and I'm excited to see the freshman quarterback Keys get back out on the field. I know they turned it over last time down the field, but I think his athleticism and the plays he was making with his legs, that changes the dynamic of that Springfield offensive attack.
You got to give him a chance to make some plays. So who's going to win the battle of the third down? Trotwood's got a man open.
And he completes that pass. That was a huge 3rd and 8 from the 44. Connects to the wide receiver at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, the ball came out, but he was already down when it came out.
That was Rogers again. The chemistry between Carpenter and Rogers. I mean, he has a handful of weapons, but we've seen him go to that far left sideline on a few occasions tonight.
Well, he's going away from Aaron Scott, the Ohio State commit.
Yep.
And if anything, I think maybe Coach Douglas needs to mix it up. Because whenever they see 5, they go opposite. And they've had a lot of success to the boundary. And I would, maybe put Scott over there in these, especially third down situations.
1st and 10 now, ball at the 19, and Timothy Carpenter and the Ram offense would love to punch another score up on the scoreboard to go up 2 possessions heading into the fourth quarter. That's what makes that third down so crucial. That could be a game changer right there, especially if it leads to Trotwood punching it in the end zone. They lead it 21-14. A timeout called by the Trotwood Rams will keep it here. Just a reminder for those listening on 1410 ESPN Radio, we are Dayton's radio home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. Ohio State kicks off the season tomorrow on the road at Indiana. Coverage begins at 2 o'clock with the Buffalo Wild Wings pregame show. 3:30, the kickoff. And Ohio State, earlier in the week, Keith announced Kyle McCord as the starting quarterback. Whether that means he's the starter for the season or not is yet to be seen. But I have all the confidence in the world that if the quarterback competition was as tight as they say, that doesn't mean that the quarterback competition was that way because they were playing bad. I mean, why is it that people don't have the mindset of both were playing so well and they were that close? I don't know why everything has to be negative with people.
Yeah. But I was thinking that what you were just thinking, it was like, since both are playing at Ohio, you have to make a decision. And I don't think the decision is final. He just made a decision that we're going to start Kyle McCord, and it's up to Kyle McCord to make sure it's final. And the only way you can do that is, those first 2 or 3 series tomorrow, they have got to come out with scores or at least something positive, 2 or 3 of those, times on the field, before Devin Brown gets in there. And when he gets in, the same pressure will be on him, move the team. And it's just like, don't try to go in there and be a hero. Get the ball to Marvin Harrison, Rebecca Mbuka, Travion Henderson, Mayan Williams.
Yeah, I did.
Caged over. The list goes on and on and on.
No shortage of weapons, and by the way, and that's the thing too. If these quarterbacks can't find a way to make it work, then it's 100% on them because you have a Travion, you have the top running back who could potentially be a Heisman candidate when it's all said. I mean, they have talent at running back, tight end, wide receiver. Offensive line will be the question mark, of course. I did a TV hit today to talk Ohio State with Nathan Edwards on Your Day on 24/7 Now, Dayton 24/7 Now. I said, I know we love talking quarterbacks, but to me, that's not the big question mark. The big question mark is Jim Knowles and that defense because Ohio State's a national championship team last year if that defense is just average.
You're 100%. I mean, they finally threw the ball over to Aaron Scott, but he really threw it out of bounds just in his vicinity, But they've had a national championship team, offense and special teams the last 2 years. Defense haven't, carried, their element, to it. And hopefully this is the year the defense steps up huge, not just tomorrow against Indiana, but all 11, 12, 13 games, whatever it takes to get it done.
All right, now 3rd and 7. It was 3rd and 8 when Timothy Carpenter connected with Rodgers on that far left sideline. And now if they do it, it'll be a touchdown most likely. But Carpenter.
Got one-on-one coverage up top. I'm thinking he's going to the tight side again.
Carpenter.
And he's looking left. He's looking left. He's looking left. He's still looking left.
A lot of time, and he lobs it up, and a good decision to throw it out of bounds. Decision time. Obviously, you're not punting it, so you're going for it. I don't know what their special team situation is, but.
The ball's on the 20-yard line. We're looking at a 37-yard field goal.
I feel like as the years have gone on, and they're going to go for it, it looks like, and not go for the kick, but the special teams units for high school teams have improved significantly. I feel like 10 years ago, it wasn't common to see so many teams with an actual field goal unit. And I feel like we see it more right now. Right now, that's not the case, but more times than not, I'm always amazed at how often we come across high school teams kicking it in those situations.
Yeah, he's looking left into that bounce.
Oh, nice play.
A sack.
No horse collar, nothing. I'm not calling for it. It was a good tackle.
That was number 41. That was 45?
45, yep.
Okay, I thought it was 41.
But either way, he swarmed to that ball, and he wrapped around the shoulders.
41s makes plays, by the way. That's what I was hoping.
I was going to say.
I thought that was Ty Thompson.
I didn't realize. I realized what you were doing.
That was for sure Helms.
Who is the Keith Byers at Trotwood? Let me see.
No, that was Springfield. Ty Thompson.
But number 41 for Trotwood is Rylan Dawson, and number 41 for Springfield is who you said?
Ty Thompson.
Ty Thompson. There you
So
go.
I'm going to keep my eye on number 41 for Trotwood.
I'll
Ryland Dawson, see, when you're 41, you definitely get your name called.
A new weekly feature moving forward during these games is calling out number 41s. The Keith Byers of the group. All right, a couple-yard pickup on the handoff, and that's the final play of the third quarter.
You're going to have a gun. You're going to have us a heck of a fourth quarter here. You know, one-score game going into the fourth quarter. This is where games win. You talk about it all offseason. We got to win the fourth quarter. Win the fourth quarter. Can't Trotwood win the fourth quarter? You know, by just scoring 0. Just make it 0-0. Trotwood wins. And Springfield needs to, you know, win. At least go get to overtime. They got to at least outscore by 7 points, you know, here in the fourth quarter.
All right, well, it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Springfield Wildcats. Can the freshman quarterback lead them all the way back? Braylon Keys, 5'11", 150-pound freshman quarterback. Can he lead Springfield back? They trail 21-14. It'll be 2nd and 9 Springfield football when we kick off the fourth quarter. We'll be right back.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, and we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Braylon Keys, the freshman quarterback for the Springfield Wildcats, has his work cut out for him, Keith. His team trails 21-14. He had to replace the sophomore quarterback in Caden Hines, who got the start today after replacing Brent Upshaw in last week's tough loss. But the freshman has his work cut out for him. It's 2nd and 9 at the 26, Keith, and it's a big drive right here. I'm sorry, 1st and 10. There was a penalty against Trotwood, so 1st and 10 at the 42. Springfield, they definitely need to score here to tie this up, to make things interesting. Technically, the offenses are tied up at 14 apiece. The big difference maker is that first quarter scoop or the pick 6 by Michael Smith.
A lot of Trotwood jerseys right there, but
ooh, what a play. What a tap. By the way, as he ran back, and I could see the pursuit of the defenders all just running full speed, I had a feeling that wasn't going to be a soft landing.
yeah, you know, he tried to jump over the defender. It looks good on television when it works, but when it doesn't work, you get landed on your shoulders and head.
There's a 1-yard loss on the carry there again.
It was almost a 9-yard loss.
2nd and 11. Love hearing the band in the background. The student sections are loud tonight. And I got to give Springfield fans a ton of credit. They filled up the entire away section over there. I look forward to the Trotwood Springfield game every year is one of my favorites, Keith. I always look forward to it. Nice throw on the run.
Yeah, a little short of the first down, but he's moving.
It was Duncan Bradley on the receiving end. Yep.
And he's throwing. He ran now. His freshman quarterback rolled into his left, which is hard to do when you're a right-handed quarterback. But he said, like, both stands are full. Trotwood is here heavily supporting. So is Springfield. They traveled well. What a night for football. What a night for football. Where get out and support local football. You know, get out and support your team. And, yeah, kudos to the Springfield and the Trotwood fans because they are here. Great atmosphere for high school football.
All right, a big opportunity here. Braylon Keys, freshman quarterback for the Springfield Wildcats. 3rd down, Keith. They need 7 for the first. They have the ball at the 45. Keys drops back. Good poise, lobs it up right down the middle. It was a nice throw.
Excellent defense. Excellent defense.
That was Deshaun Martin, the intended target, Keith, but the
Michael
defender.
Smith.
Yep, Michael Smith has been fantastic. And a lot of his stuff, Keith, outside of the pick 6, and you're going to see his total tackles on the night, a lot of it's not going to be pop out in the box score, but it's a lot of deflections. It's a lot of great plays like that. I'm very impressed with Michael Smith, who has not just been great on the defensive side. He's been making some big plays on the offensive side whenever he gets the ball in his hands.
He's run the ball. He plays some wide receiver. The Swiss Army knife, like the Xavier Johnson of Ohio State.
By the way, I do like that throw from Braylon Keys. He threw it right up. Deshaun Martin went up. It was right in his hands. That's about as good a spot as you could throw it.
No, Maurice Douglas just used his second timeout at a half.
He must not have liked something.
Timeout, Springfield.
Timeout, Springfield. We'll take a timeout ourselves. The Glazer Soft Water timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Summer rib season is back, baby, at Frickers. Join us for the perfect pairing of frickin' chicken chunks and baby back ribs together all summer long for only $14.99. Bring the whole family as kids 10 and under eat free from the kids menu all day, every day. Spend time with the family. Enjoy frickin' chicken chunks and baby back ribs all summer long for only $14.99, and kids 10 and under eat free only at the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers.
Justin Kinner, College Football Hall of Famer Keith Byers, back with you live here in Trotwood, where the Rams lead at 21-14. The defense stepped up big time. Michael Smith deflected a beautiful pass from Braylon Keys, the freshman quarterback. His intended target, number 1, Deshaun Martin.
High snap.
Ooh, just gets the punt off, but that forces this punt here from the 45, and that's where we'll see Carpenter and the Rams offense come out. We've seen Carpenter make plays with his legs, with his arms. Very versatile offense for the Rams and Jeff Graham, of course, but right now they're gripping on tightly to a 21-14 lead with 10:51 to go in the ballgame. I expect be very patient on this drive. Going to use a lot of the play clock. They're going to run as much time off as they can, but I wouldn't look to see too many big plays through the air. Or do you look at that 10:51 and say it's not yet time to go conservative on the play calling?
Not yet. You got to still play. I mean, one possession, anything can happen. You know, if you're Trotwood, you're looking, to make it a two-possession game. You're trying to win the game right now. Go up. Take care of the football, and that's a good start of this drive. That's a good, hard running first down play. He went and got 4.5 yards out of nothing. And that's Mike Smith, who just batted down, the third down pass as a corner, and then he goes in the backfield and runs, between the tackles and gets a hard-fought 4-yard run.
Yeah, keep in mind, by the way, when Michael Smith initially touched that football, 3 defenders touched him 1 yard into that carry. He carried the entire Springfield pile another 3 yards to set up this 2nd and 4 or 2nd and 6 now. Carpenter awaits the snap from his 34. He drops back, avoids pressure. Can't avoid it altogether, though. He's spun down. Nice defensive play, number 15, and Jackson Helms, defensive end, Keith, the junior defensive end, 6'3", 220 pounds.
Yeah, he's a stud. I mean, he gets his hands on you. They don't come off.
Carpenter's done a good job of really avoiding tackles throughout the night. He's broken a lot of tackles, but he was not going to break that bear claw or that bear claw grip right there.
Yeah, but I was good to see number 99, Pearson Baker, for Springfield, senior defensive tackle. Just took a blow. He got a little banged up earlier, but he's back out there. In case some of his family is listening back in Springfield, he's back out on the field playing.
3rd and 12 for Carpenter. Ball at the 28. Carpenter rolls up, avoids a couple tackles, tripped up. There's some laundry on the field. Might be some holding based on where the flag was thrown, but we'll find out.
We got a Trotwood guy missing a helmet. It could be, something on Springfield.
Flag on the play.
And we'll find out here again. Lineman. Springfield has bailed out Trotwood on quite a few third down situations tonight, Keith, on crucial penalties. And if this is the case,
this really would hurt Springfield if it's on them.
Because right now they would have forced a punt and would have got the ball back with 9:19 to go with plenty of time. But
let's see what the white hat of the referee has to say. He's still thinking about it, talking about it.
So we don't see Trotwood moving the ball up. It's against Trotwood, so a huge break there.
That's what I feel. When you got a kid's helmet, said flags on both teams are offsetting. That's why big number 65 for Trotwood has got his helmet off. He was getting face mask.
That's Zion Warren, Keith. 5'11",
Zion Warren.
260 pounds. 5'11", 260.
He's a big guy. I'm probably going to tell him with my mother, which one is it easy to do and keep? Feed him or clothe him?
Which one's cheaper?
Which one is cheaper?
3rd and 12 now. Carpenter sends Michael Smith in motion. Gets the snap. Empty backfield. Drops. Throws, completes. That's number 5 on the receiving end.
Still on his feet.
Quentin Johnson catches it at the 35, Keith. It's not enough for the first, but now a decision to make at 4th and 5 coming up.
The decision is made right now. They're going to punt team out there right away. I still want to see Aaron Scott get involved. Every time, they're not, he's manning the wide side of the field, and I get that. But sometimes you got to put Aaron Scott over here in the tight side of the boundary because that's where Trotwood is attacking. Aaron Scott is the Ohio State commit.
Yep. What did you think about his announcement, by the way? He had the Michigan bag, and then he had, Harbaugh and everyone, he had them all fooled. They all thought they were about to get the great talent of Aaron Scott.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
It looks like it's against Springfield.
Undisciplined. And it's so many situations tonight where that's been the case.
Against the Wildcats.
Oh.
And they're pleading their case.
There's too many people on the field.
5-yard penalty. Penalty yards result in a
first down for the Trotwood Rams.
With 8 minutes and 24 seconds.
at their own 34-yard line.
All right, so now fresh set of downs. Carpenter gets to stay out on the field. They had made their way off. The punt team was making their way on. Before that, I was about to say that it's very cool to see how much both Bo Douglas and, of course, Jeff Graham trust their defenses to continue to punt on 4th downs and not feel like they have to panic and go for it. But, man, that penalty is crucial. 1st and 10 at the 44. Carpenter drops back, drops it out to the outside. That's Michael Smith. Michael Smith to the 50s, tripped up enough for the first down, most likely.
More than likely.
I say most likely because there's a little doubt sometimes, but you know how these chains move, so we just kind of figured, might be a yard short.
He said short. he changed up on us.
They like to mix it up a bit, but 2nd and short coming up.
Beaver Creek, they look well on their way to winning their first game of the season. They're 32-8 over Thurgood Marshall right now in the 4th quarter.
I think they won last week. They beat Ponus last week.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're correct.
They'll be back-to-back blowout wins. That's a big deal for Beaver Creek. And how about Wayne jumping out? I mean, they were trailing, 11-8 or whatever it was. It was a wild score for a while, but they jumped out on top of Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's. We'll get a score update there. By the way, if you head to 937sports.com, presented by Frickers, you'll be able to get live up-to-the-minute score updates for all of your Miami Valley High School football action. And keep in mind, it's not just for football. It'll give you live score updates for volleyball, for soccer, for boys and girls basketball, for baseball, softball, from fall sports to spring sports. Take advantage of the 937 Sports website. Carpenter makes a play with his legs, Keith, and might be enough for the first.
Boy. If not, it'll be a crucial 4th down. And they're calling 4th down.
It'll be 4th and short. And now
they had 2nd and 1, and they didn't get it on 2nd or 3rd down. Here we are on 4th down. Coach Graham has a decision to make here.
I think you go for it. I'd go for it. And I think they are because I don't see any special teams gathering on the sideline.
No, and the game clock is going. Play clock. Only thing, when you go for it on 4th down here, I don't want you being shotgun. Bad snap or anything like that.
Carpenter,
they're going to throw it.
Yep.
Well, they stepped up to throw.
Oh, and he's
short.
The ball's loose.
They had a fumble.
The ball is loose. So not only, by the way,
has it.
What a play. And I don't like that play call at all. You're right, Keith. You have Michael Smith. You have some bruiser runners that you can pick up 1 yard with. The finesse decision there is kind of baffling because Trotwood's been playing physical football all night. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that one surprised me. I thought they would put the quarterback on the center and just go old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Or get on the center, turn around, head to you on your big, hard, bruising running backs.
Or line up at the line of scrimmage. Couple hard counts, try to get him to jump off, call a timeout, and then bring the punt team out. But nonetheless, what a huge break for Springfield. They avoid disaster. Again, they've actually been bailed out. The defense has bailed them out on a few. Actually, the defense has bailed their own selves out because they've had some crucial situations at the most inopportune times, penalties at the most inopportune times. And
yeah, Springfield, they just lose some time off the clock, but they got excellent field position here.
Braylon Keys in at quarterback. The freshman again hands this one off. A yard if he's lucky on the
Yeah,
pickup.
that was not the best of snapping. That play needs a good snap because it's all about timing when you're trying to run a read option. And when that ball comes slow to the quarterback, it throws off the timing of the whole play. The Rams defense is still holding stout.
Second and 10.
Second and 10
Springfield's defense is playing well, and so is Trotwood's defense is playing well. Both of them only give up 14 points. The difference is a pick six.
All right, so Braylon Keys with the hard count.
Yeah, he got Trotwood from offside.
So a 5-yard penalty will make it.
That's a veteran move by the young freshman. Using your cadence to get you a cheap 5 yards.
2nd and 5 now, ball at the 45 in Trotwood territory now.
I've been around some great quarterbacks, and I've seen them all do it. From Randall Cunningham to Dan Marino. Use that snap count. We love it.
Empty backfield. They're putting the ball in the hands of the freshman quarterback.
Low
Keys
snap.
drops back,
Center.
steps in, throws, connects. He's at the 30. He's spun around and taken down, and that's a big connection with number 3 in Duncan Bradley. Duncan Bradley, one of the best. Their number one target. No matter who's in at quarterback, that's the number one wide receiver you want to target. And my goodness, I love this freshman quarterback.
Yeah, he is standing tall. He's got a bright future here at Springfield. That Jamarcus Weiss, defensive lineman for Trotwood. Oh, he's having an outstanding game. Big number 54. He didn't make the sack that time, but he was driving the center right back into the quarterback's lap.
Again,
and he's doing it again.
Yeah, again with the empty backfield. And that one
pass is complete. That's as good as a little short run. Clock is still running. 4 minutes and 25 seconds and counting. Springfield knows this is the drive. If they want to tie the ball game up, they got to have it right now. So it's safe to say they're going to be in 4th down territory unless they get to 4th and forever.
Braylon Keys, another empty backfield. 2nd and 9.
He's got a guy down the middle.
He connects. That's number 7. That's number 7, Javen Norman again, who comes away with it just a couple yards short of the touchdown, Keith. The freshman quarterback
is playing a heck of a ball game.
And I'm sorry.
1st and goal at the 3.
Folks, we keep bringing up the fact that he's a freshman because if you are here, and I hope we're doing a good job at depicting what's going on, but what he's doing, seniors don't do this at times. This is wild. Yep. They got to complete the drive, of course, but he has stepped up, and there's big defenders barreling down on him, Keith, and that doesn't rattle him at all. He steps into these throws and connects every time.
Sometimes these guys play video games, and they, put themselves in real-life situations, and he's playing like a video game, under duress, and he's stepping up and making plays. Bad snap. Oh, my God, good running by Deontay Long there. That was almost a 3 or 4 yard loss, but he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Wow. So that's going to bring up another 2nd and goal situation.
Yeah, but that's sometimes the freshman quarterback needs to let the lineman, his center, know where the snaps are. The center doesn't know he's giving him some bad snaps, but that's what communication comes to. But, freshman quarterback, he's thinking about the play calling, he's thinking about everything else. And so he's probably not confident enough to tell the freshman, probably that upperclassman, hey, give me a better snap.
Braylon Keys lines up, 2nd and goal now.
Good snap here.
Keys hands this one off. That's Norman on
wow,
the
he
handoff.
just broke tackle.
Norman.
That's all him. That's
Punched
all
it in.
Jalen Norman.
An OGW Energy Resources touchdown. Cuts it to within 1 now.
Every point is important. This extra point, don't take it for granted.
Not a given.
It's not a gimme.
And Orion Sports Medicine.
What a drive, though, by that Springfield offense.
And Orion Sports Medicine extra point now is what the Wildcats are away from tying this up at 21-all with 3:18 to go. And this drive has been beyond impressive, especially considering the fact that they went to their freshman quarterback, Braylon Keys, and he led them on this drive. But what a performance, what a big play by Javen Norman, as you just mentioned, Keith.
Whoa, he yanked it. He pulled it. It was a good snap, good hold, and he just pulled it a little wide left. I don't know why I had it. I wasn't trying to jinx him or anything like that.
But it was a high-pressure kick. Extra points are supposed to just be simple, but that's a game-tying moment when you look up at the clock and the time that is left. Man, for the third straight week, our game of the week has come down to the final minutes.
Wow.
This has been a lot of fun already this season. I'm not going to lie. I think there's 2 seasons I can remember, Keith, where we looked at each other by week 7. I'm like, have we had one good game this year? Well, we have been very fortunate that every game so far, week 1, it came down to the final possession with Alter and Fairmont. Week 2, last week, Northmont and LaSalle. What a performance there. And then tonight, this is one heck of a matchup. The Trotwood Rams, the Springfield Wildcats. The Rams led it 21-7. The Wildcats come back. It's 21-20 because of a missed Orion Sports Medicine extra point, unfortunately. And now it becomes a very high-pressure filled situation because Trotwood, you give up the touchdown, but you're fortunate to still have the win, and it's going to be very interesting to see if the defense can continue to get a stop if you're the Wildcats. And if you get the ball back, we watched that freshman quarterback step up and cover 20 yards, 15 yards in 2 big chunks. A squib kick, by the way. It's going to be fielded right about the 21. He's going to burst, avoid a couple tackles, cut up to the middle, spun around, and taken down about the 22-yard line. And that's where we'll see Timothy Carpenter and the Ram offense make their way back out onto the field. And with 3:13 to go, you want to take some time off the clock, but if there's plays to be made, you have to make them. You can't continue to go away from what's worked. And unfortunately, it looks like a player's down on the field. It looks like it's a player for the Springfield Wildcats. That's number 4 for Springfield, and Kevin Fair, linebacker, the senior for the Wildcats. It looks like he's cramping up. They're just trying to stretch out that left leg of his. But here we go now.
Even though it's a nice, cool night, but on the football field, you can still have cramping. And that's what the player seems to be experiencing right now.
All right, well, they're attending to the injured player down on the field. We'll take a Glazer Softwater timeout, 21-20. The Trotwood Rams lead it, and they'll have the ball 1st and 10 when we come back.
Summer rib season is back, baby, at Frickers. Join us for the perfect pairing of frickin' chicken chunks and baby back ribs together all summer long for only $14.99. Bring the whole family as kids 10 and under eat free from the kids menu all day, every day. Spend time with the family. Enjoy frickin' chicken chunks and baby back ribs all summer long for only $14.99. And kids 10 and under eat free only at the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers.
Justin Kenner and Keith Byers back with you here on 1410 ESPN Radio. What a wonderful game here tonight. 21-20. The Trotwood Rams lead it. Springfield right now feels gutted on their sideline, Keith, because of the fact that they tied it up, or they had a chance to tie it up. They come marching down the field. Freshman quarterback leads the scoring drive. We thought we'd be talking about a 21-all ball game. And we thought, and this changes the dynamic because originally with 3 minutes left, there'd be the pressure for the Ram offense out there to, of course, have to try to create a game-winning drive to march down the field and win the ball game. But at this point, now it's really just with Carpenter. It's about, yes, you want to march the ball down the field, but you want to take some time off the clock. It changes the dynamic to this drive, that's for sure.
Yeah, but Springfield only could stop the clock once. They had to use 2 timeouts in that third quarter.
You called that too. You called out the significance of burning that second timeout earlier in the ball game in the second half, and now it's coming back to potentially bite them. All right, now 1st and 10 for Timothy Carpenter and the Trotwood Ram offense. They have the ball at their 23-yard line. They lead by 1 with 3:13 to go. Carpenter lines up under center. He turns, hands it off. Burst up the middle by the running back. Can't see the number from here. Our apologies, but it'll be enough for about a 3-4 yard gain. That's Michael Smith. When in doubt, just say Michael Smith at this point. He's been their workhorse.
But this part of the game, we got 2 minutes and 56 seconds. If you're Trotwood, we win this game with 2 first downs. They can only stop the clock once. So you win this game with 2 first downs. And they got a good start right here with a good 6-yard gain. 5, I'm sorry. But, a first down here Springfield could only stop the clock one more time. And so I'm looking for them. If you're Trotwood, you say, hey, let's run this thing to victory. But Springfield has something to say right now that, if I'm Coach Douglas, I'm going all in right now with my one timeout. Stop the clock now. And they did with 2:16. So it's a crucial third down. This is you go all in and try to win the game. Right now, if you're Trotwood and Springfield is trying to do that right now defensively, give my offense one more shot. One more shot.
I'm Blake Daniels, and we have the pleasure to chat with Blake.
I'm trying to think if I'm Springfield, what defense I'm calling. I'm blitzing everybody. And I'm going to put Aaron Scott into the boundary against Trotwood's best receiver in case they throw the ball. And if I'm Trotwood, hey, you train for all these situations all off season. They know they need a first down. And you have to absolutely positively go get it. It's 3rd and 5. Who's going to step up and make a play? And, I have a junior quarterback in Timothy Carpenter. I would trust him to throw it if I decide to throw it. If we try to run it, I'll put it on the offensive line is also open up a hole.
All right, both teams, Springfield they're back out on the field. They're waiting at the line of scrimmage. They're waiting for Trotwood to break their huddle.
Coach Douglas wants an incomplete pass if he doesn't intercept it or sack the quarterback.
Stop that clock.
But he wants to, get to him. Remember I talked about it in the first quarter. Who wins the third down? It's a battle of the third downs. And so this is a crucial battle within the whole war of the game. Who's going to step up and win? Will it be Trotwood to win this third down, or will it be Springfield? Where here we go. We're about to get the answer to that question.
Timothy Carpenter lines up 3rd and 5, ball at the 28. Carpenter awaits the snap.
They're showing blitz.
To go. Carpenter,
but they don't blitz.
He grabs it, tucks it, and runs. He will not pick up the first down, and that's a huge stop on 3rd down for the Springfield Wildcat defense, Keith. They might get this ball back. They're going to punt.
Yeah, but if I'm a Trotwood, I'm going to drain all as much. I may drain all the clock and then call timeout.
There's
it's 27 seconds on the play clock, minute 55. I would give Springfield as less time as possible. The reason why I would call timeout before I punt it, to make sure I get the protection that I need. So nobody has any mental breakdowns. We're not rushing the punt, because the most important thing is, protection and punt second. Protect the punter, punt the ball second. And if I'm Springfield, I don't even know if I would have a receiver here. They're coming everybody. And it's a punt. Nobody's going to return it for Springfield. Trotwood all around. It takes a Trotwood bounce inside the 40. That was well played. Well played by Trotwood.
1:20 remaining. They down the ball at the 39-yard line, and that's where the freshman quarterback for the Springfield Wildcats and Braylon Keys and the Wildcat offense will make their way back out onto the field. Keith, this is a big drive for Springfield because their schedule does not get any easier. All right, they challenge. I give Coach Mo Douglas a ton of credit. I mean, they opened the season with St. Ignatius out of Cleveland. They went and played DeMatha Catholic over in Maryland. That's a school where you saw Chase Young and a lot of former NFL alumni played there in high school. They know how to play football over there. They got crushed 35-7. If they don't come back and win tonight, they got another tough one at Wayne next week. They got Fairmont.
We'll be at that game next week, right?
We'll be at that game next week. So we're going to find out. But all right, empty backfield. Man, Mo Douglas, he trusts this freshman quarterback, that's for sure. Braylon Keys, drops back. The freshman throws it right in the middle, and he throws an interception. You could hear the Rams fans. Oh, we are shaking, by the way. The press box shaking. I tell you what, we could talk about the Springfield mistakes and everything, but I can't tell you how happy I am to see Jeff Graham's Rams, to see it all come together after the last couple of years. We saw glimpses of it. We saw, teases of it. We saw the athleticism for the quarterback. We saw the playmaking ability from the receivers. We saw the size of the defenders. It's all coming together this year, and I'm real happy for Jeff Graham and the Trotwood Rams. They definitely deserve it, especially after the last couple of years.
Last couple of years, you said they're still in the oven, not quite ready.
Yeah, the bread was rising.
The bread is rising. Just be patient. And that patience has paid off. 5 turnovers tonight. That defense with 5 turnovers, and that is simply the difference of the ballgame.
Wow. That was
early in the third quarter, Springfield was driving inside the 10-yard line, and they fumbled the ball. and have a pick 6 on defense. You know, the defensive coordinator and Coach Graham extremely happy. And then Trotwood gets to call their best play in their playbook, which is the victory formation where you're taking a knee.
I tell you what, and that throw, I don't know if I like that play. I don't think you had to go for the home run ball, especially in a dangerous zone in the middle of the field like that right off the bat.
You know, that's the freshman. That's the freshman quarterback. You don't throw the ball late over the middle, and he was late throwing it over the middle at the time. But those are the growing pains.
Yep. And we talked about remember I mentioned earlier, the last couple of years, we saw the bread rising, as you use that analogy for Trotwood. We're seeing that with Springfield and their young quarterbacks, whether it was Hines earlier or Keys. Obviously, without Brent Upshaw, this is a different Springfield team, Keith, because Brent Upshaw, a junior quarterback, 6'2", an experienced quarterback who throws for a lot of yards, that's impacted this team, that's for sure. But that'll do it. Your final here from Trotwood. The Trotwood Rams hold off the comeback attempt from Mo Douglas's Springfield Wildcats. 21-20, the final. And the Trotwood Rams have had one heck of a start to the season. They blew out Fairmont last week in week 2. They took care of business tonight against Springfield, and they continue. They got Alter next week. I mean, they have quite a schedule ahead of them, but they have showed that they've already beat some of the top teams on their schedule already.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this season, unfolds for Trotwood. They're off. I mean, both teams. I'm glad we're getting a chance to see them early. So when we see them late, we see how much they've grown as a team and as a unit. And I think the 2023 is going to be a special year for both of these teams.
Justin Kenner, College Football Hall of Famer Keith Byers with you live here on 101.5 Hank FM and 1410 ESPN Radio. One more time, your final here tonight. The Trotwood Rams hold off the Wildcats 21-20, your final. We appreciate everyone who's tuned in and hung out with us here tonight. Right now, it's pretty cool looking down, seeing Jeff Graham and Mo Douglas just kind of greet one another after the game. Obviously, Mo Douglas is sick after that loss, but you love the respect that the two have for one another.
Absolutely.
And Trotwood, they honored Mo Douglas at halftime for being, entered into the Hall of Fame here at Trotwood. He's done so much for the Trotwood program and, doing his thing over at Springfield now. But, all right, folks, that does it for us here tonight, Keith. I'm excited for next week, Springfield at Wayne. We get to see the same Springfield team again. They're close. I think they figured something out with this freshman quarterback. I think if you have him practicing for the week, preparing for a game, or maybe they get Brett Upshaw back, regardless, they're close. I think this is still a very good team, regardless of the record to start the season.
I mean, that defense played their butt off, too, tonight. So Springfield, I think they're both headed in the right direction. We knew going into this game somebody was going to win, somebody was going to lose. And unfortunately, if you're a Springfield fan, they came up on the short end of the stick this time. But, it's always a good game when these two teams go at it.
We got Springfield quite a few times coming up here in the next couple of weeks. But Springfield tonight at Trotwood, Springfield at Wayne next week. That's our week 4 game of the week. We just got to see Northmont in their talented quarterback and Deuce Kortner. We haven't gotten an update on their performance tonight, but I'm excited to see that. But so Springfield at Wayne next week, Centerville at Northmont. We'll get a chance to see the Elks for the first time.
Northmont won big today over Dunbar, 47-16.
All right, so Northmont, I'm looking forward to that Centerville-Northmont game. And then Springfield at Fairmont coming up in week 6. We got Trotwood in week 7. And then Miamisburg, Beaver Creek, week 8. Springboro at Wayne, week 9. And then we close it out at Wayne. It was Centerville at Wayne. Always a good one. I love high school football. I love high school football.
I do, too. I'm a football junkie.
Yep. How about your Buckeyes tomorrow? It's here. The college. We had Paul Keels on the show the other day. We're talking about week 0 and Florida, Utah last night. I said, well, technically, I know this sounds goofy. It doesn't feel until Ohio State.
Until the Buckeyes play. That's when the season starts.
That boot hits the ball tomorrow at 3:30 for Ohio State. That's when the season kicks off, nonetheless. But
I'm going to be in my living room at 3:30. I got to go to a prayer breakfast in the morning, so I won't be on the golf course in the morning. I got to go to Lima for a prayer breakfast. Good friend of mine, Mike Lyons, Pastor Mike Lyons, at his church at In Faith Ministries. And so I'm doing that in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I'll be back in Dayton watching the Buckeyes.
Very cool. Very cool. And then a week from this Sunday, my Cleveland Browns get to beat up on everyone else's Cincinnati Bengals, apparently.
Okay. Well, I play fantasy football. I'm just the owner. I have a coach and a general manager, and we had our draft the other day, and my quarterback is Joe Burrow. We got Joe Burrow in the draft.
I got Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert. I'm happy with my quarterbacks.
You happy with
my draft. By the way, when I was getting the equipment out of the car today, some guy yelled at me and said, "Hey, where's Keith?" I said, "He's on his way." And he goes, "You're Kinner, right?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "Who day?" And then he just walked away. I was so offended. Actually, of all the things people have yelled at me as strangers, that's the nicest one, to be honest with you. But
you have to get what's my man for the biggest Cleveland Brown fan here that always with us on
Steve
Sunday.
from Springboro.
Steve from Springboro.
I don't think we've ever given him a shout out on high school football Friday.
I know the Browns are going 17-0 this year.
Yeah, well, we our first Sunday morning. By the way, every Sunday, so a week from this Sunday, the Sunday morning tailgate show begins. Every Sunday, you can come out and meet Keith Byers and myself, as we'll be hosting the Sunday morning tailgate show from 11:30 to 1 o'clock. We'll be getting you set for every week's slate of NFL games, and then of course recapping college football Saturday. So it's the best time of year. That's for sure. Is. One more time, your final tonight: the Trotwood Rams hold off the Springfield Wildcats. 21-20, the final. That wraps it up for us. We'll now send it. We'll take a couple-minute break and then send it back to the WING studios. Brandon Williams going to close it down for us. He's going to give you all the final scores from around the Miami Valley, as well as some of the top scores going on right now in all college football. Brandon, take it from here. We'll take a couple-minute breather, and then Brandon takes it from the WING studios. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This has been Week 3 high school football action on 101.5 Hank FM and 1410 ESPN Radio.
At Harley-Davidson of Xenia, the atmosphere is positively electric as we look to the future. Our name may have changed, but Harley-Davidson of Xenia has been locally owned since 1984. Under our new management, the staff in store are buzzing to get you set up for the open road. Whether you're shopping for merchandise, a new bike, or just need some maintenance on your current ride, Harley-Davidson of Xenia is here for you. Visit us online to learn more and to place a reservation on your new bike. hdofxenia.com.
Summer may be winding down. So what? Mad River Mulch and Topsoil is here to help make your home look beautiful year-round. This is the time of year to refresh your mulch and lay in rich topsoil. Mad River Mulch and Topsoil is the region's leader in mulch, rock, processed topsoil, garden mix, sand, and compost. Specialty soils are what they do. Check out their supply of dry topsoil. Buy in bulk. No matter the size of the project, they're ready to help you and deliver it. Mad River Mulch and Topsoil, just off I-70 and Route 4 in Springfield. Order online at madrivermulch.com.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, and we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Summer may be winding down. So what? Mad River Mulch and Topsoil is here to help make your home look beautiful year-round. This is the time of year to refresh your mulch and lay in rich topsoil. Mad River Mulch and Topsoil is the region's leader in mulch, rock, processed topsoil, garden mix, sand, and compost. Specialty soils are what they do. Check out their supply of dry topsoil. Buy in bulk. No matter the size of the project, they're ready to help you and deliver it. Mad River Mulch and Topsoil, just off I-70 and Route 4 in Springfield. Order online at madrivermulch.com.
Back to school means back to early bedtimes. But I'm not tired. Fortunately, there's Pure Z's Kids, mindfully formulated to help your child fall asleep naturally when needed. Pure Z's Kids products are non-habit forming, drug-free, and available in liquid, chewable tablets, and gummies. Give them the rest to be their best. Bye, Mom! Pure Z's Kids, for ages 4 and up. Explore all Pure Z's Kids products at zquill.com.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If you're 19 or older with certain underlying medical conditions such as asthma or diabetes, you can get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're 65 or older, it is also recommended you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. No matter the season, talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. A message from the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
Furnished by the American Lung Association.
Back to school means back to early bedtimes. But I'm not tired. Fortunately, there's Pure Z's Kids, mindfully formulated to help your child fall asleep naturally when needed. Pure Z's Kids products are non-habit forming, drug-free, and available in liquid, chewable tablets, and gummies. Give them the rest to be their best. Bye, Mom! Pure Z's Kids, for ages 4 and up. Explore all Pure Z's Kids products at zquill.com.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If you're 19 or older with certain underlying medical conditions such as asthma or diabetes, you can get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're 65 or older, it is also recommended you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. No matter the season, talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. A message from the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
Furnished by the American Lung Association.
Summer rib season is back, baby, at Frickers. Join us for the perfect pairing of frickin' chicken chunks and baby back ribs together all summer long for only $14.99. Bring the whole family as kids 10 and under eat free from the kids menu all day, every day. Spend time with the family. Enjoy frickin' chicken chunks and baby back ribs all summer long for only $14.99, and kids 10 and under eat free only at the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers.
If you need new roofing, siding, or gutters, skylights, or patio enclosures, if you're a homeowner or business and need someone you can trust, don't take a chance. Enhance with Lance. Lance Roofing and Siding in Fairborn has been satisfying customers since 1993 and hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Lance Roofing and Siding, 8460 Dayton Springfield Road in Fairborn. Call for a free estimate at 864-2722. That's 864-2722 or online at lanceroofing.com.
Hey, Buckeye fans, as the official wing sponsor of your Ohio State Buckeyes, Roosters is giving away 12 trips for 2 to this year's Buckeye Bowl game. Each trip comes complete with airfare, hotel, gift bag, and 2 tickets to the big game. One bowl prize winner chosen each week, along with other cool Roosters weekly prizes. So register every week at roosterswings.com. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Official contest rules at roosterswings.com.
I think we're going to see a very different Alabama team than we've seen the last couple of years. Nick Saban, what has made him great is he doesn't get stuck in just the one system. You go back about 10 years ago, power